Let me step away for just if one of them come on, because I need to find out what noise is going on here. about ready to start here in just a moment. Everyone, welcome to tonight's festivity. We have our lovely cast and crew here. We will check in with them and see how things are in their neck of the world. We'll press on with the lovely game tonight, where we will pick up where we left off last time. And chaos shall ensue, as it always does. So, to start us off, Raven, would you like to tell us what's going on in your world? I know you were trying to get your streaming back up and working. Did that ever happen?
No, too many things have been going on, keeping me from getting that going. I'm also in too many games. Like this week, I'm playing 3 games.
Hey, that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not bad at all. And yeah, with the long weekend and everything, it's been a little tough, and the goal is, I think once we just my work schedule gets sorted out, I might start streaming again, or maybe even running some D&D. Who knows?
That's it. Cool. And we go over to the neck of the woods. Wicked. Happening in your neck of the woods. I know you just got back from, let's see, PAX, and before that your honeymoon. And you just acquired a canine companion.
Yeah, it's been quite a thing. Give me just a second here. Alright, I think I got my audio things to go correctly. I'm sorry, it took me a minute. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so, yeah, it has been quite a wondrous time. I can't say that I got super excited with PAX, to be completely honest. It was kind of blah. But I guess it... Hold on just a second here. I'm going to mute that. Right. There we go. It was nice to have it just because it was something that is... something important for me to go to, and something that I enjoy. I will say, though, that if this was my first PAX ever, I wouldn't be super stoked and excitable about going back to it all the time, just because it's not really... It wasn't really that great. So it was like a vendor mall, an indie mall, and a freaking D&D mall all rolled into one. Like, just about every vendor there was selling dice or play mats or stuff like that, and it was just, I mean, if for someone that was into D&D, yeah, they had a good old time. But the largest game developer there was Bandai Namco, and that's not saying anything against Bandai Namco, it's just that was the largest game developer there.
Yeah.
And they were displaying Tales of Arise, which comes out in 3 days. So kind of like when Square Enix was demonstrating Dragon Quest XI 3 days before it came out, it's the same thing. There wasn't a lot of swag, there wasn't a lot of great stuff that I could run by and just get like I normally would. So normally I can say that I get enough swag to cover the cost of the tickets. Not this time. That's too bad. But I did get a new puppy companion. We got her on Friday when I was gone. So she got to bond with Lady and the kids before me, and so I had some catching up to do, and I think I'm doing a good job. And yeah, that's about what's going on in my world. I talked to several people at PAX, people that aren't part of my community, and I went over like what my plan is for when the year ends, and they like it, so seems good.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer about PAX too, because I don't think it'll ever go back to the way it was. With Gamescom and Xbox and Sony basically withdrawing out of E3 and having their own events, it's just cheaper for them to live stream their normal convention fluff instead of actually paying somebody to go to a convention. Especially since, as far as Microsoft and the PC gaming industry goes, there wouldn't be very much good news that's different than what they said 2 weeks ago, which sucks.
I'm going to disagree with that, actually. I do agree in a sense that it will not go back to what it used to be, absolutely. But we will still see the big names at conventions like this, because, yeah, they pulled out of E3, various things, but they were still doing live events, because they sell there too. It's not just games. They're also
I
doing
wasn't saying
sales,
that they aren't going to be there. I'm just saying that PAX used to be the place to get like huge news drops.
Yeah, that
like
first
PAX
look.
Prime.
Yeah,
that won't happen anymore because a lot of the cons are like a couple weeks ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think they'll still be there, but yeah, the
I think
presence
they'll
will
still
be
be
kind of
there.
muted.
Oh hell yeah! I think they're gonna, once this whole pandemic winds down, they're gonna be there giving away their Halo swag and getting people hyped up and answering questions that couldn't be answered in the live stream. But it used to be that when you went to PAX, there would be massive drops and announcements on video games that just had people go nuts.
Oh yeah, not to mention the hands-on demos of things before they would come out, like Luigi's Mansion 3, Diablo 3 for the Nintendo Switch, stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, there was, and I think will return too. But also, you got to figure some of it was like the super demos and things like that, and the displays, like Monster Hunter had a huge freaking dragon. So it's it's a show, and I think they will put that show back on, but it won't be as grandeur as it used to be.
Yeah. Future will tell. All right. Well, over in your world, Jarl, what's been happening? What's on the plate coming up?
Mostly work. Mostly work. We're getting ready to open up the tap room, having to jump through the red tape. We struggled for 2 months almost trying to get a food distributor because of this Delta variant. A lot of the food delivery companies are starting to scale down and minimize their travel and stuff. And this business was actually starting to break ground before COVID happened. But we went through 3 or 4 food distributors before US Foods finally accepted us. We had to submit an application 3 times. And then when they did the delivery, they botched it. So I hope that's not a trend, but...
Do you guys not have an FSA, or is that one that cut back?
It's one that cut back in this area. It's just not worth it for them to come out. They're in the cities, but because we're off in the sticks, they're like, what, for 2 or 3 businesses? Nah, not worth it.
Gotcha.
But US Foods is one of the few that goes across the Cascades towards Spokane, Yakima, and all those other areas. So they get their shipments in the ports and drive across. So we were lucky to snag that.
There you go. Nice. Sorry, I had a question. Carry on.
No, that's okay. Absolutely. Honestly, a lot of people are asking because with the way the whole industry is changing, you're not going to see a whole lot of new restaurants opening for the next couple years. It's just too hard to get the health department out there to go through the new legalities, and just trying to get a food distributor unless you're in a city is going to be tough.
Yeah, I can fully understand from being in that industry myself. I feel you.
But it looks like I might be getting really busy. It shouldn't affect my presence in this game, but like today I was, the 11th hour doing phone calls and stuff, and then finally wrapped everything up 10 minutes before we went live. So hopefully that doesn't become a thing.
Hope not. If it does, keep us posted. We'll do what we can. Life happens.
And also, Viking, I am still working on how I can submit you a crate of all of my ciders that I just made.
I'm going to have to submit your boss some of my meads and be like, hey, you want to put some mead in there? You could be my first distributor. But I have to get production quality for that.
All we have to do, too, is we have to go through a year of business, and then we can propose to the alcohol board, the Washington State Liquor Cannabis Board, to carry more product. And then all you have to do is prove that your stuff is pasteurized, and then we'll be able to carry it.
What's it called again?
We're going to make some stuff work.
What's the name of the board?
The Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board.
Liquor and cannabis. Oh, I've never heard of.
Yeah, they put cannabis in the same realm as liquor for getting licensing. I mean, it's a bit harder.
The other option was ATF would be in control of cannabis, and that'd be stupid because they can't.
Yeah,
they can't keep track of tobacco sales, let alone cannabinoids.
Right. So yeah, cool. We'll have to discuss on that later on down the road. I'm nowhere near production quantities for putting anywhere. So yeah.
Well, cool.
Anyways, sorry. Yay.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's kick things off. The mute. Zoom in as you guys are walking back towards the town the Jarl rules from. After you've ascended the mountain, descended the mountain, and had an interesting endeavor with lots of crazy things happening, including burning all the wolf pelts.
Well, just go ahead and bury the lead, why don't you? I thought I was going to go over what happened, but
I'm not going into
DM,
how.
Go ahead and
You know what, Mute? I think you should do it. You're so much better at this than Diamond X is.
I was just giving a quick little summary, and I was about to say, we pick up there
Dang.
with you. Tell us what's been happening.
Well, apparently we burned the frickin' pelts. So
What pelts? What happened?
So, as I awoke in the housemaster's room, or his chamber, not his chambers, his house, I remembered there was a few things that needed to be done. So, Bjork, our new friend from the land of Loki, and Hraf went on ahead to the chapel without me. Once I finished up, I hurried my way up the hill to ensure that I could meet with them. I wanted to support Hraf in his goals to be a better mage and understanding the words of Odin. So I make it up the hill, and as I get close, I see an unfamiliar face, another unfamiliar face, and this is becoming an all too common trend, and I am always leery when I see a face that I don't recognize on a mission that's just supposed to be myself and my trusted companions. But I go up to this individual, and Bjork, thinking that he was a humorous individual, told me to go up and have a chat with him. And without any sort of hesitation, I realized that this man was not going to initiate any sort of talking, and I don't talk. So Bjork starts to laugh. I reach down and find a pebble to throw at him. Is normal for me to do when he is being a little bit of a smartass. Before I'm able to throw my pebble, the old man stops me, whom his name slips me, unfortunately. And he sees another pebble, and he hands it to me, quite a bit larger, and says, "Use this one instead." At that moment, I knew that this man was very wise, and I threw this rock and hit Bjork straight in his chest, nearly knocking the wind out of him, I'm sure. But pleasantly, it caused me to laugh, and the old man to laugh, and I knew that he was a good soul. So we went into the temple. Hraf went off with the priest to learn, and Vargar, I think is his name.
Yes.
He decided he was going to play some games with Bjork, show him what a light hand he was. I decided to play some Kingsfold with the old man, and although the first time he wiped the floor with me, I was able to study his movements. I learned his ways, and I came back, and I still didn't win, but I did improve significantly. And it must have made quite an impression on the old man, because he gave me, I believe it's silver. I would have to check my pouch again. But he gave me a piece, not of his board, but just an extra piece. And as I went to replace that piece so as he wasn't short, he assured me that no, this was an extra piece. This was more of a symbolic piece. So I put that in my breast pocket, and that's where I hold it. And I will remember this old man. And then we went to sleep. Bjork was trying to act like he didn't realize that Vargar had stolen his leather tools. Vargar's purse itself was stolen, but he managed to find it next to one of the statues. And so we went to bed. When we awoke in the morning, the old man was still sleeping, still resting, so I left him a memento before I went. Just a way to thank him. I'm sure that when he awakes, he will be grateful for it, as he wouldn't accept anything from me the night before. We started to head down towards the bottom of the hill, and we were set upon by a pack of wolves. There were 8 of them in total, and they were vicious. They had us pretty much surrounded. We were able to get a few good blows on them before they struck upon us and nearly took out Bjork. He lay on the ground before Haraf could come over and revive him, essentially, and give him more health. I was able to cleave my way through a pack of 3 that were surrounding me. As one lunged towards me, I used my axe and split his skull at his mouth. I rejoined the group, and as we circled each other and the wolves circled us, we were able to easily fend them off. Unfortunately, some of them had caught fire by the antics and the spell casting of Hraf. I'm not going to discredit him for using fire magic to slay the wolves, because it definitely was helpful. But we forgot to put the fire out as we were stacking the bodies, and one of them caught alight again and burned the entire pile of pelts, turned the bone to ash, and we were unable to get any meat. No fangs, no pelts. We were unable to salvage anything to show the trial that we had just gone through. Gives me a bit more respect for the Fenrir's bane that we laughingly mocked at. His family was gracious enough to give us shelter, and slaying these wolves were not an easy feat, so perhaps when we see them again, we shall join them as brothers rather than as enemies and combatants. I don't know, though. I guess time will tell. Oh well. We're off now. Not quite sure what our next stop is going to be. We still had more of the cave to fill out, the tombs of the undead. We did get great riches in there, however, we seem to be short another member again. Our party tends to grow and shrink like the tide, unfortunately. Bjork's father had some tasks that needed done, some defensive measures for his cart. So perhaps we'll do that. I don't know. To be continued, I guess. And I'll close my book.
As you close your book, you see Haraf is packing his things ready to go. Harger seems to be missing. And you know Bjork is at his home, getting ready. You do know that if you're offering to help his father out now, his mother probably would be preparing a fairly nice breakfast for you all there. Or you can eat the standard fare in the Jarl's house, barracks.
Well, I cast my vote as I rub my stomach and look out the door towards Bjork's house. The food over there is probably better. I grab my stuff, I check my breast pocket for my new token, and I start to walk my way over to Bjork's house.
Raph, you see Mute get up and start heading out the door.
Yes, Raf's been a little distant since leaving, and he's been deciding what his next steps would be, but he seems to just follow with compatriots and whatever they decide to do. So if he's getting up, he'll follow you out the door.
So, as I reach the edge of the door, I stop. I turn around and I head back in the house with a quickness. Where is the Jarl? Is he awake yet?
He's probably eating his breakfast.
I turn to the Jarl and I bring my hands together and I give a slight bow of thank you, and then I turn and walk out the door, trying to ensure that I'm remembering my manners as we go.
Very good. And he acknowledges that you did so.
And Raph would thank him for his hospitality as well.
I mean, which Jarl wouldn't like having, warriors who've proved to be capable in his retinue of individuals he can call upon, right? And you have
Indeed.
proven your worth with what you guys have done. At least you have the potential. So you guys head over to Bjork's house. Bjork. As we basically have the camera pan over to what you're doing, zooms in there. Where do we find Bjork this morning?
I would have had a discussion with Gunvar to see if he'd be willing to assist me before we leave in finding one strong tree for the bow of a ship. And I want to start with one log, bring it back home so that I can start shaving it and shaping it, and at least investing some time towards my shipwright ability.
And who is this you said you're speaking with on that?
I have it written here that my foster parents' names is Baggy and Gundvar.
Yes.
So I'd be speaking to my stepdad, basically.
Baggy.
Oh, it's Baggy? Gunvar's the woman?
Yes.
Oh, I need to...
According to the names I found,
that.
that was the female one, and that was the male one.
Woman.
I'm not saying I'm an expert
I'm gonna be talking
on
with
it.
Baggy.
I just thought that was a good name. When I saw that one, I was like, hey, we needed a traveling merchant for the island, someone who does stuff. And
yeah,
so
that
name
makes
kind of
sense.
fit.
I think Gunvar also later on, as German became a spoken language for the old Germanic Vikings, I think it changed to Gunhilda.
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense. So I'm going to go to Baggy. Father.
Yes.
As you know, it is my life's goal to build my own ship.
I do.
I've just been running around doing things for the Jarl, and not that I'm not grateful towards you. I want to help you with your task, but I was wondering if before we leave, if you could help me find one good tree. One good tree. And bring it back here.
Might rather after, not before.
Okay. You can see a look of disappointment flood over his face.
The reason I need your guys' help is additional safety measures.
I understand.
I have a particularly lucrative trip planned that has the eyes of the Jarl upon it, as well as the landowners here. Needless to say, it's important. We need to actually travel to quite a few places. First off, we're going to need additional piece of burden. So we're going to need to travel over to Beckett's, over in the southeast, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll be traveling up, stopping by Oscar's, and the Jarl has requested the same thing you basically. He wants us to start getting some timber for people to start rebuilding ships. Apparently, his housecarls have not reported back, and they said they would by now. So, he's commissioning having additional ship be built. While we're doing so, it wouldn't be impossible for us to go ahead and pick up some additional timber at Oscar's, as he has some of the best timber in the island. We then are going to continue proceeding north so that we can go to the mountains and get some metal goods from Hellar so that we can bring those. He has ordered some armaments for those who show value, and he may award weapons to those who prove their worth. So, when I say I believe you might prefer doing it after, I think now you understand why.
There's always something else to do, Father. And I just turn around and not sulk, but I just leave.
You would know that the best timbers do come from Oscar's. And
yeah, and I believe that. I just don't want Oscar to tell me that I have to build him a boat when my dream is to build me a boat.
No. Harkon, the Jarl of the island, is asking for a boat to be built from your father's, essentially, colleague before he passed. So he's having someone else build a longboat. And so while you're getting timber, your stepfather Bagi was saying, why don't we just get some additional timber for ourselves, for you to build with while we're there, get the premium timber from where we know there's premium timber.
Father, you've traveled this land. I have a question for you.
Yes.
I mean, I can use the premium timber from the forest there, but then my boat would only be as good as their boats. Have you ever heard of a forest where no one dares enter that could potentially have better wood?
No. There's some timber on the north. It gets more cold up there, so they don't tend to grow as large. There's some on the south and the southwest and southeast. Those are pretty standard forests. For something with where Oscar is, tends to have best timbers. There's dead trees here to the west, over the mountain. But I don't believe...
How near are we right now to this conversation?
You and Haraf would be on your way to Bjork's house. You'd be arriving before long.
No, I was just trying to see if we were overhearing any of this.
I wouldn't want to talk about this in front of you guys anyway.
Might be something the Mute would be interested in helping you with. But the Mute doesn't know this yet, so...
Mute was also the one shitting on me because I haven't built a boat yet, so... I have to do this for my boys.
I believe your friend, Jotnar was actually looking at some timbers around Oscar's for you.
Yeah, well, Jotnar's gone.
Which is odd. No one seems to have heard of him recently.
And that's what bothers me the most. I'd put this whole boat business aside to find him.
I understand.
He had a pretty unique relationship with our people. My concern is what happens if he stumbles into people who aren't our people.
Indeed. If you do have your heart set on building a boat, as your father, I do have this for you. He pulls out a package that was saved of your father's stuff, including his boat building tools and kind of his notes and chart and schematics of boats that he had done.
You honor me, Father.
He was a good man.
Well, I will store this in the floorboards of my room for now. I guess the clean lining in this whole situation is that I do have reason to be in Oscar's town. A certain lady has smitten my heart, and I have smitten hers.
Well, that is excellent. Congratulations, Bjork.
Thank you.
Now it's a really good thing we weren't close enough to hear that.
Speaking of which, where's Gunvar? Is she around?
Yes. At that, you see she comes in, she's brought in some additional food and is preparing breakfast.
Gunvar, make sure you set a table for Hraf and Mute. I know how much they hate eating with the Jarl's people.
I was expecting it. That is why I went ahead and grabbed some additional. I figured you and your friends and father could use a good meal before you all head out.
I wanted to ask you something. There's a girl that I'm smitten with, and we've kissed and we've exchanged flirtations. What's the next step? I've never done this before.
Well, continue doing as you've done. You're convinced you've won her heart, you can speak with her father or whoever the head of the house is where she is and ask for her hand.
All the color leaves his face.
Is something wrong?
Oh. Well, we've made the mistake of mocking the son of the Jarl in Oscars. And, unfortunately, a new friend we found made an ass of himself to tell the Jarl that his daughter would be lucky to have him.
Oh, so is it Oscar's daughter you're interested in?
No.
Oh.
Good heavens, no. That entire family's shite. I'm interested in the handmaiden.
Ah. Well, then technically a procurement could be done. I believe the transaction with her, if I heard correctly, was that her parents owed money to Oscar before they perished, and she was the only thing they had left. And so he technically in some form owns her and awarded her to his daughter as a friend and aid.
Thank you. That actually helps quite a bit. Her name's Ragna.
Lovely name. Well, if
And
you're...
then he looks out the window and he sees two figures approaching and he goes, okay, enough of this discussion.
She's like, your father's trip goes well enough. You may be on your way to earn additional money to pursue your dream. And she gives you like a wily grin and wink.
You could buy a hooker! Oh, sorry. No, that's not. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
mute! Haraff! And then I kind of go over to the door and open it. Come in. We were just getting ready for some food.
I would, as I enter the house, I would turn to the mother, as I can see she has the food in her hand and is preparing to serve. So I give her a nod and a smile as a thank you, and find my way over to the table. Where is the father currently? Is he standing? Is he in the room? Is he nowhere nearby?
He's actually just coming in behind you with some more firewood.
Okay, then I would smack Bjork on the back as I walk by playfully and just have a seat at one of the open spots at the table.
All right.
And if I recall, we have a small map of the region, right? The
Yes.
one that I drew.
This map that I
I'm gonna
actually
move
pulled
over.
up was
Mhm.
the one we said you actually drew based on you rolling excessively well.
I put the map down in front of mute and I point to Oscars. My father needs help. We have many places to stop. We're mainly there for armed guard. But when we get to Oscars forest is currently being harvested for boat building, and we can get the spine of our boat there, and then I can start working on it.
You see a glint in my eye, and one side of my mouth perks up in a half smile, and a little comes out in a nod. Like this idea.
I do too, although the prospect of leaving Jotnar while he's missing and we go on our Viking really does not sit well with me, but the gods call to me. Every time I look out at the sea, I can hear their voices.
So I turn to you and in our wonderful little hand language that we have,
BSL, Viking Sign Language.
there you go. I remind you that Jotnar was taken during the night. He is on a quest for the gods, and presumably by the gods. He is fine. we have not left on the journey yet, but it does not mean we cannot make preparations.
Yes, in fact, I've been sketching some, and I pulled out little pieces of leather because parchment was kind of hard to procure. So it's just like rabbit skins and stuff.
Yep.
And you can see that the boat that I've designed is not only your traditional longboat, but it's wide like a Greek boat, so that there's room for Jotnar to lay down.
And I symbol towards the mast, and I symbol Jotnar's name, and like stretch out my arms. Is he to be our mast? Can't think of it. What's the word for it now? Damn it! The sail. Is he to be our sail?
Bjork would laugh at that. What do you think, Raph? Would Jotnar make a good sail? He's always so full of hot air.
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe his shirt.
Well, to be honest, I'm more concerned that Jotnar is safe. But as you said, he is on a mission by the gods. Raph, I must regrettably apologize for my behavior in the temple. I was trying to bond with our new friend, and sadly, I think that Vargers and my shenanigans may have disrupted the peace while you were there to focus on your abilities. If we have caused you any delay or embarrassment, that was not our intention.
Well, just I think it caused too much trouble, so I think we can just forget about it.
It is. We're going to be going back to Oscar's. We're going to have to deal with the ire of him insisting that he deserved Oscar's daughter's hand in marriage.
You have to admit, though, that was very funny.
Who said that?
Your consciousness.
Odin?
I'm in your mind.
Yeah, there's a part of me that's like, I love this Varger guy. But there's also a part of me that's like, oh, crap.
Right?
So, after hearing Varger, I turn and I have some memories of the fight where it was Varger's option. He had an opening and could have swung, and he did not, which caused an extra bite upon Bjork. It does not sit well with me, so I am of the mind to cast out Varger at any moment. So if we go back to Oscar and Varger's not here with us, all for the better.
Do you hand motion that?
Yeah. No.
Well, remember.
No. This was
Oh.
the part of it was the internal monologue, I would say. So yeah, no, I didn't say that out loud.
So Bjork sits at the table.
But I look over at Bjork and say, "Hey, remember when that happened?" No. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bjork just politely sits down and gets ready to eat.
You see your mother brings over some meat and tubers and eggs and various other foods, and it is a large quantity to ensure you are all well fed, and we'll only need a light lunch to help you get through the day so you can travel better. You've seen your father get fed like this before, Bjork, and eaten like this as well. When you guys get ready to set off on a trip, she always ensures you're well fed and ready to go. And she also starts packing baskets of food so that you have rations for your trip.
I thank both of them for their hospitality, and obviously for the rations and stuff.
So, for this trip, you guys won't actually have to worry about rolling for rations. Because she has planned and provisioned. So unless you lose some by some strange means or choose to bunk down for extra nights, you won't have to worry about food on this trip. You can see she is provisioning out the meals, planning all of it, and ensuring there's enough. She is exceptional at counting and planning, which is probably why she runs the shop here. And once your father's done, he goes out and starts getting his his rugged horse. It's not really small, but it's not like a draft horse or something like that. But it's one of the wild horses. You know, they're rugged built, not the domesticated as much as our modern horses. Bigger than a pony, smaller than a draft
Kind of
horse.
like a
but
Mustang, you know, like relatively small horses, but strong and hardy.
Yeah, but more the wild variant, not Mustangs. Mustangs are technically domestic bred, but if you take a lot of draft horses and just make them a bit smaller, that's kind of what the standard wild horse was more like, and that's what he is one of those that has been domesticated to the extent of being trained, cart trained. And so he is getting the cart hitched up and getting ready to head out. And you know, based on what he said, Bjork, that you guys are going to have a 2-day trek. So you'll be camping on the road. And then you'll be at Beckett's and you'll be getting the animals there picked up and ready to go. Then you'll be heading up to Oscar's, getting additional wagons for those horses, as well as delivering anything you need to deliver from Beckett's to Oscar's, and picking up a bunch of timber at Oscar's. And then you'll still have a number of empty wagons. But at that point, you're going to have quite a few animals to watch, and you'll be taking that up to Hallar's to get a bunch of goods, and then going back to Harkon. So the whole east of the island that's civilized is basically where you're going to be going. So it's at least a 5-day trip.
All right. As soon as I'm done eating, I'll go out and help Baggy with his packing and getting the horses hitched up, or the horse.
So we had a full night's rest, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I got
Yes.
spell points back and hit points.
Remember, full night's rests are short rests. So
Yeah,
I think
so
you
yeah.
still have to roll for that.
I need to, I think, because I'm down. I think I might have. Oh wait, I must have been doing wrong. My hit point maximum is lower than my current.
That's odd.
That's on the character sheet. So let me see what the figure says. Okay, yeah, I just did it backwards. Actually, I'm only down a few, so it's not too bad.
Bjork, as you're helping your father Baggy get everything set to go, you notice some additional rough-looking men, kind of scruffy and not as well kept. Looks like they've like hanging out in the woods or something. Come walking towards you, and they're obviously looking right at you two, walking right towards you.
Sorry, before that happens, my exhaustion level, that's back to 0?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to be clear on that. Okay.
In this case, it does, yes.
And while I'm helping my father, even though I did have a great meal, I am going to eat some of those rations. Oops. I see what happened. I misadded. I'll fix that.
Okay. But yeah, as you're helping him, you see these ruffian armed individuals come walking towards you.
I'm going to let out a whistle that I usually do when I need Mute's attention. And then grab my spear and not stand threateningly, but I'm going to stand like I'm on guard. Oi there!
Boy, boy, what are you doing here? You look like you're trying to start something.
Nope. I'm just getting ready for a trip.
Ah, so you're the one your father here was waiting for.
And you are?
Sugi.
Sige, my name's Bjork, and I'm going to extend an like a warrior's handshake.
He accepts and shakes your hand in return.
It is good to know you.
These are my...
At this time, I would be walking up as I can see they have exchanged a friendly handshake. I would not have my hand on the axe, and I would come up and put my hand on Bjork's shoulder to let him know that I was there, and wait for my introduction.
These are my boys. Your father said he could use some additional help with some animals, so my boys and I came to lend a hand. We tend to work over on Torvalds in the west, but having additional coin in our pockets to make it through the winter is always beneficial. So,
Hang on, I'm checking on I'm checking on the enunciation of something.
sure.
I found out what Mute's real name would be in the ancient tongue.
And Bjork, now that you're heard what he said about him and his boys, you remember on the outskirts, over on the west of the island, there is Torvalds, which has a lot of sheep and stuff at it. And his area tends to have a lot of plants and stuff as well. But there is some forests and stuff where a few families who aren't directly under him, but still help him with the fields and stuff live. You remember seeing this guy and his kids in some of the fields working and tending the sheep and dealing more with the animals and livestock over there. More known for hunting, foraging, and herding.
Well, your help will definitely be appreciated. This is my good friend Hjos, which is mute in ancient Scandinavian.
I look at him, look back at them, and a little nod.
And we have a traveling partner with us named Prath.
He acknowledges both your companions. We only got word last night that we're ready to head out, so here we are.
Are you hungry?
I would stop him for a second before he mentions that. He starts to ask, and he says, "Are you?" And I stop him. And I turn and signal to him, should you check with your father, ensure that this is legitimate, that these people are here to help. See if he has a name of who he had requested assistance from.
Yeah, I look over at Baggy and kind of motion for him to come up and speak to the men.
Yeah, he's bringing some goods over and is loading them into the cart. Like, Siggy, I'm glad you and your boys made it. Welcome. You'll be most useful on this trek.
With the knowledge that these are individuals that the father does know, I will kind of let my guard down and go back to helping loading the cart and anything I can be helpful with before we go. Actually, no, scratch that. So I approach one of the boys. How old are the boys? Are they our age? Are they younger, older?
Both. One's older, one's your age, couple younger.
So I approach the oldest and kind of look him over, and I look at his weapon. What weapon is he carrying?
A stick.
And I look at the one. I'm just gonna, for the sake of this, assume that they're all standing in order of size and age. And I look down the line. Are they all carrying sticks?
No. Two of the younger ones actually have bows that look very well used, but very strong. Like, they look like they'd take a little bit extra to pull. And the other one has a few hand axes and a large forester's axe.
So I go to the one with the stick, and I look at the stick and kind of nod, and I look at the two with the bows, and I kind of look over the bows a little bit.
Roll a quick perception as you look at the stick.
Okay. As I look at the stick, I was going to do something when I got to the hand axes. D20, right?
Yeah. And then you add any perception bonus you have.
I can't seem to zoom in far enough as to what's my perception bonus? I can't see.
Let's see here. It is
3.
No, you're not proficient. No, you are proficient in perception. So yeah, plus 3. D20 plus
Okay,
3.
so
Wait,
I'll,
I think I saw proficiency on that, so it'd actually be plus 5.
okay. So 11 plus 5.
It's 3 because he is 1 wisdom.
Okay.
Oh, yep. No, you're right.
I've altered it already.
Okay,
so
good job.
plus 3, right? Plus 3?
Yep.
14.
Okay,
Bad.
the stick looks odd. It's not like wood that you've seen before. It almost looks like it's dead, but not. Coloration is off.
I'm going to roll another perception check to look at the wood for the bows as well.
Okay.
15.
It's not wood. It's
Okay.
ram horn. They're reinforced, hardened. They have some wood to them, but have animal parts, reinforcing them, strengthening them, providing a lot of the components to them.
So then I go up to the one with the axe, and I point to his axe and hold out my hand as a may I. I'm not going to reach for one's weapon.
He pulls one out. You're pointing to the hand axe, the throwing axes?
Yes.
Yeah, he pulls one out. They're basically kind of like tomahawks.
Okay. I'm going to roll a perception on that. Let's see here. 14 again.
Yeah, it seems to be fairly well made and it's well balanced.
The handle. Is it the same wood?
No, standard, more of a normal wood.
Okay, and the blade on it, is it nice and sharp?
Yes. You can
And
tell
then
he
same
takes
thing.
good care of his weapons.
Same thing with the Forester axe. I rolled 11 for that.
Yeah, you actually have seen this one. It was one of the ones that was brought from Oscar's, and it's just basically a double-handed forester's axe to take down trees quicker. And it was one of his better-made ones that was sold off.
So I'm satisfied with the
Was used
weaponry. I was going to check for sharpness, readiness of the weapons. They seem to be good. So considering that we know who these people are, their weapons seem to be not of a cheap quality. I am confident that these will be good allies, and I feel now more comfortable traveling with them.
Okay.
That's all. That's what that was all about. I kind of nod at Bjork. Yeah, agreeingly.
Anything else? You guys ready to head out?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Alright. You guys load up. Everything in the wagon. Head on out. You exit, going east. You're heading towards the smoldering pile of wolves that just yesterday were there.
Oh, look at those trees on the other side of the road. Look over there. Those are pretty trees.
So about mid-morning, getting near lunch is where you see that lovely pile. Crows flying down, enjoying a brief meal of whatever scraps didn't get totally burned. Pile of bone that weren't burnt. And you press on, cross over the river, and start heading south. Who wants to roll to see how well you guys do or don't avoid things this day?
I'll do that because I have character traits that make it very hard to get lost or surprised.
Okay.
I was going to volunteer you anyway.
Thank you, sir. All right.
So unless someone wants to mess with the group, there's, the roll is what it is on a d20, and we'll just see if you guys deal with ruffians or beasts.
Are you asking me to use some of my cards?
Only if you wish. I'm just saying that without that, there's going to be whatever the roll happens to be.
Oh, fine.
I'm not even logged in, so I'm good.
There it goes. Okay, rolling the die. All right.
I think that might
would
work.
Be a 22.
What were you adding?
Efficiency bonus for survival.
Yeah, it's not technically survival, because you're following the road. It was more of just a d20 roll to see what level of interference you had on your trip, how quick of a pace you're going.
Check.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a perception check, a bit of just essentially a luck roll to see what your pace was and stuff like that.
If you want me to do a perception check, I could do that.
Yeah, that would be...
It's a 20.
Right. And so you guys, a great time. Beautiful day, no weather issues, no complications, and you make it a large quantity of the way there. And so, as you guys see dark start coming, you start setting up camp. And Maggie congratulates you all. that was one of the best trips so far we've had this way. We really made some good distance. Towards the end of tomorrow, we should make it all the way to Beckett so we can actually look at the animals and get that all set for the next morning to be able to head back up to Oscar. So thank you. You guys did a great job.
I motioned to Bjork just so he can see it in a joking way. It's amazing how fast you can go when you're not troubled by wolves, since we kind of burned them all.
I chuckle at that, but I don't make any like verbal acknowledgement.
I don't want to hear it. Don't say it. Alright. So now you'll roll a survival check to see how well you set up the camp and defenses, and then you can have choices for who wants to take watch during the night.
I'll volunteer first watch.
Okay.
I volunteer for last watch.
And I look at the
Actually-
group and go, oh, go ahead.
Actually, technically, mechanic-wise, the Raven takes all the watches and can wake me up. So,
I
Hey, Jarl, for your roll, sometime I've noticed your die doesn't seem to roll a whole lot. If you want, you can also take it and just toss it on the table.
oh, okay, yeah, that would probably be better.
I've
me do
noticed
that thing, 'cause
sometimes you guys are having it where the
It's either
hitting
a
R is
20
not
or
rolling.
a 1, and it's just bouncing back and forth between the two.
Yeah, I
So I'm just
would
gonna...
normally leave it, but it looked like it was,
Oh shit! No, no,
Ah,
no.
don't worry.
No,
Well,
no.
just wait, and up. There you go. It's back. See, came right back up.
all right,
Man,
I want
there you
to
are.
ask
roll it
which.
without gusto. That would be a 9.
Okay. What were we saying, Haraf?
I was just. I thought I have to name the my Raven companion. So I thought Liv, which means of life, or Revna, which means Raven. I think we're calling it the Raven anyway, so I thought Revna would be funny, but Liv, because one of my runes is life. My first one was life.
Sounds good.
Well, life and fun. So which one do you?
I like
Do you
Rivna,
guys like-
actually, myself. I think that actually sounds really cool.
What do you think, Jarl?
I like Liv. I think calling it Raven is just like, this is my dog.
I thought that was funny because we've been calling it the Raven. We haven't really said like that's what we've been calling it. So I thought keeping it Revna, but I do like Liv as well. So that's why.
That's on you, man. It's your pet. You gotta name it.
Steve.
Hi, Steve.
One
Your
for
party,
you,
Steve.
Steve. That's a people's name.
there's Tova, which means dove, which should be funny.
Oh
too.
god, every time Raph goes scouting, it's just like a really bad touched by an angel episode.
Show me on the doll where the angel touched you.
Oh, rune means secret. I could go with rune.
Can we get back to the game in here while he's trying to figure out his damn bird's name? I'm just gonna call that little bastard.
That probably works too.
Yeah, I think I go up to Baggy and I'm like, really for defenses, all we need is, some little wooden spikes here and over here. I don't think we really need to worry about defenses too much, not with a party this size.
Also, the level of comfort of the camp.
We're not on
So you
this hike
find-
to be at a frickin' Motel 6. Let's go.
You find ground that's not exactly flat and not exactly
Great.
soft.
I aimed for a Motel 6 and I got a red roof instead, son of a bitch.
Whose house you crashing at this time, brother? Okay. Sorry, inside jokes.
So, you guys set up camp and take watch. You said you're taking first watch. You want to make a roll?
Yeah, so I grab a tin or anything metal and a stick, just a decent sized stick, so I can have some sort of alarming system, and I'm going to kind of go around and start to patrol the area. Let me find my damn D20 here.
Theraven Rolls played this card.
Okay, Raven.
Okay, I rolled an 11. Plus, is it perception on this one because of I'm watching things? Is it survival? What am I going with?
Yeah, it would be perception.
Okay, so that's another 3, so 14.
Okay.
Just to let you know, while I'm sleeping, the Raven Rune will be on Mute's shoulder if Mute allows it. If Mute allows it.
So is your Raven live or run?
Rune. We're gonna go with
And
Rune.
am I getting a +1 for this too, since he's going to be kind of like a squawky in my ear?
If it's possible, the Raven will do the help action if you allow it.
I'll take that into account. Who's doing second watch and who's doing third watch?
I think Bjork was gonna do the second watch, I believe, and then I was gonna do the third one.
Oh, for crying out! Hey, that would be a 21. While I'm out, can I see if there's any tracks of predators?
Okay. Yeah, as you go around, you do see there a few predator prints.
Okay.
Mainly smaller ones, but there are a couple set that put you on edge.
All right. And what are their numbers, and how long ago did they pass through the area?
Uncertain time frame, because you haven't had a lot of dealing with the animal, but it's a large cat.
But I do get that ability as Natural Explorer. I can be like, these tracks are 40 hours old or whatever.
Yes. The issue with this one is you're not seeing a cat of the size of this print, so it would be speculation. So you can speculate. I'm just telling you the speculation. It'll be speculation before telling you what you think it might be. So you understand it is a speculation because you've never encountered this. And you speculate it could be somewhere. You look at a few different prints and you see that they've come through here a few times. And the most recent set seems to have been like 4 days ago.
I return back to camp, and when I wake Raph up for his patrol, I let him know that he should keep an eye open for larger cats, because less than a week ago, some larger cats came through here. Are they are they medium-sized creatures or large?
No, large.
So dire
Like,
wolf
it's a
size.
large cat, yeah.
Dire wolves, just like regular wolves, only dire.
About a horse size cat.
You actually notice when you start walking towards Raph, he actually wakes up when you get within a few feet of him. The Raven's on your shoulder, and and then flies over to Raph. And I'll say, "Oh, yes, I will keep an eye out for
An eye out.
Hang on.
danger."
I'm actually. Is there anything in the the wagon, like a helmet or a metal dish, anything like that, anything metal.
Yeah, a few metal things.
So I just grab one of the metal things and I hand it to Hraf, and I said, "You bang on this as loud as you can if you see any of those big cats. We can't take any chances with them. They'll take out Baggy's horse in no time."
It's actually a pot that is used for cooking and stuff, but it would make definitely a nice bell if you smack around it a bit. Kids like, taking metal spoons and eating metal dishes. They tend to make quite a bit of a ruckus.
I had a question. Is it still dark out?
Yes.
Oh, it's a good thing I can see in the dark.
Towards the end of your
Alright.
watch is when it would be getting light out.
Right. So what do I roll? Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Roll all the way. 18 plus 8. 26 then?
Okay. Just as it's starting to get light, you see a shape off in the distance. It seems like it's been watching you for a while. Since no one else had dark vision, they didn't see it, but it seems like now that the light's coming up, it's walking off.
Was it?
Instead of feline
humanoid or-
eyes that are large,
feline. And it's leaving now?
it seems like it is leaving as the sun starts coming up.
I'll move a little closer without leaving the camp. Move a little closer to see if I can keep an eye on it a little longer.
Okay. How far to the edge of camp you're going? Are you going out of camp?
How big is the camp?
About the size of a
Approximately.
horse.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna just go like where everyone is sleeping. What area size is that?
Well, if there's a couple tents, there's the three of you, Yarg's dad, and the 5 of the others.
I would move a little bit past, but I still want to be able to keep an eye on the other side of the camp that I'm walking towards.
Okay.
Does it? Do I still have an eye on it? Does it like double back or anything, or does it just walk away?
Seems like it has walked away.
I will return back more or less to the center of camp and then keep my eyes open until someone else wakes up.
Okay. Aggie and the 5 other companions be waking up, rousing.
Before I went to sleep, my audio cut out. Hold on a second. Before I went to sleep, would I have been able to heal myself and anyone else? Because I
If you
forgot
want.
that people are. Yeah. Before I went to bed, I would have healed up. I think Bjork is down.
Just 2. If it's not worth wasting, I should be okay.
Oh no! If I did it before we went to bed, then it would have been fine.
Yeah, he should get a short rest, which would allow him to heal again later. So I'm down 4.
Okay, I do minimum 5, so I think that will bring all 3 of you,
Okay.
3 of us back up.
Yeah, you can
I
do it
do
this
it-
time. Next time, remember to do it before, just so we have in proper
Yeah, I
orders
just-
and everything.
I forgot we were like, because we sort of did like 2 sleeps in a matter of. So I do it a little out of the way. I didn't want to show anyone else yet. I don't know how much they know about me. I'll just keep it a little quiet when I I heal the two of them and myself.
Bjork's dad knows quite a bit about you. He was in town with all the training and everything that went on.
Oh, he's here?
Bjork's dad? Baggy?
Yeah. Oh, Bag. Okay, yeah, Baggy. I'm not worried. What's the other? The other.
The other 5.
Yeah, the other 5.
Yeah, the other 5 you wouldn't know how much they do or don't know about you.
I like to keep some secrets.
Bossy boy.
Okay.
Who wakes up first?
Actually, it would be Siggy and his eldest that get up first. And then...
Just okay.
Yeah, and then his two... And then Baggy and then his 2 younger sons. And then the son that's about your guys' age would be the final one to get up. About the time that Mute would be getting up.
I'm gonna take it. Baggy is the leader of this expedition.
Baggy is Yorick's father-in-law, or stepfather.
Yes.
And yes, he's the one in charge.
Once he wakes up and has a moment, I'm not going to bombard him the second he wakes up, but I'll let him know. I said we did have some creature watching us through the night, but did not get too close to us. Wandered off in that direction.
We shall have to make sure we watch carefully then. Rarely do creatures come around and then not come back around. Thank you for the warning.
I nod. And then also let Bjork know and Mute as well. Let Bjork know that we were being watched, probably through his watch, if not even earlier.
Can you describe it for me?
I describe it as best as I can. It was, I think it might have been feline and larger than normal, but it was just on the edge. And I said it looked like it hadn't been there for a while.
Excuse me, Father. I must check in on this. Hraf, could you take me to where the creature was standing?
Oh, yes. And I'll head over. That's a good idea now that
Okay.
someone else is awake.
Yeah, you bring him over, you show him. Bjork, you get there and you see it is the same footprint you'd seen, but fresh.
I'm going to taste the dirt. See if, kind of like a cougar, if the cat is laden with the smell of cat pee, or if it's a rather clean animal. And just get an idea about it, because if I can sample the scent of its tracks, I might be able to tell when we're being stalked by it.
Yeah, it's clean. It seems like it takes fairly good hygiene.
That's not good.
It does seem kind of like a cougar, but bigger.
I clear my throat. This isn't good.
What did you find out? Tasting the dirt.
Normally,
The thing you do find
with-
odd, Bjork, one other thing. You taste something that's almost a little bit fishy, but most cats avoid water.
lions, especially in this plainer areas where we are now, they tend to be solitude creatures that live by themselves, and as such, to protect themselves from other creatures of their breed, they drench themselves in their own urine. Like a, hey, stay away from me, this is my territory. They're also mostly scavengers, and they don't eat that frequently. However, this one eats frequently, because it is very clean. And there's an aftertaste of fish, which tells me that this thing is not afraid to go into the water, and that means it hunts off the beach, since we're a bit a ways from any river that's got food source for it.
question is it a wild animal or is it someone's pet?
So it had to be a wild animal, I would imagine. Judging by its size, anybody
Never
who
heard of
had
anyone
this
having
pet,
a pet, yeah.
right? Anybody who would have a pet this size, their legends would be spoken across. I mean, listen to all the people who go, "Oh yeah, you're the ones who travel with the Jotnar." There would be news of this. The fact that it's and was it sitting when it was watching us? Do I see like the telltale tracks that like its rump was in there?
Yeah.
It's a cunning creature.
You see signs that it was laying, sitting, prowling, like all of that. Like calculating, most likely watching you, calculating, deciding.
With the odor of fish, I can tell you it probably wasn't hungry.
Why was
I
it
have a
watching?
feeling that territory. This may be a territorial creature. If we can get out of its region, it may not follow us. But then again, if it's curious about us or sees us as a smorgasbord on wheels, it might even hang outside of town, wait for us to leave, and follow us north. We're not done with this creature. Not at all. And I take out one of the leathers that I sketch with. And I'm going to take the charcoal I was using to write with, and I'm going to powder the charcoal over it to make like a decent, it kind of looks like gunpowder, and then smooth it out flat and just turn it around and press it into one of the footprints and then lift it up to try to get a rough imprint of its foot.
Sure.
And I imagine it's probably dinner plate sized.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this into town and show everyone. But still, this isn't a secret that we should keep between ourselves. I think we should tell everybody in the party, including Siggy and his family.
Well, I told your father here that reported it to him, and
But
then
I kind of look at Raph. It's one thing to say there's a big cat watching us. It's another thing, and then I hold up the leather with the cat paw print on it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm good at noticing things, but you're better at understanding these creatures than I am.
Help me find and see if there's any fish carcasses nearby, because if there's fish carcasses, it means that it's a delicate eater and doesn't eat bones. If there's no fish carcasses, it just wolfs them down, which is unusual for cats.
All right.
So breakfast was served while you were out doing your research. And so when you get back, you see two of the boys are missing, the two youngest ones.
Where are the boys?
They went out to look for, I don't know, something, look ahead.
Stiggy, you must send yourself and the brothers, and you must bring them back.
Stiggy's like, I believe those two can probably take care of themselves fairly well.
I hold up the leather. We're being stalked by an animal larger than a horse. Feline.
Which way was that from?
I point in the direction, but then I point in the other direction where I found its tracks earlier. 4 days ago, it was traveling over there. Last night, it sat there and watched our entire camp. And if it's waiting and it's not there this morning, and those boys wander too far off...
You see he's not even looking at you right now. He's looking south towards where you guys are heading. And a little bit to the west. And it's just watching the sky, it looks like. Like very closely.
Well,
so
and seems to be listening.
I can hear the concern in Bjork, and I know Bjork when he gets worried and nervous, so I come over and I start to listen to him and see what's going on.
Since Siggy seems like he is taking it seriously, but also doesn't seem to be acknowledging the real threat, like he's like, oh, there might be a cougar out there, we should be careful, but it's like, no, this isn't a cougar, this is a bear.
Yeah, no. He seems to be looking and searching and like listening and looking intently. And at his stiffening, you see his older son is nudging the other one to hurry up and eat.
I just don't want those boys to be attacked by this thing and be denied Valhalla. Because if it watched us in the camp, I have a feeling it's an ambush attack cat, much like mountain lions are. There's a good chance that if it did decide to attack, no one would see it coming.
Then watch and listen. We'll know if there's a problem. Get yourselves ready.
Understood. And I roll it up. And I kind of look at my dad like, yeah.
As you look at him,
That's right.
you hear a whistle in the air.
Did that come from within the camp?
It came southwest of camp. Right where
Mute.
Siggy's
Raph, let's go.
looking.
Oh,
You see he relaxes a little bit. He's like, we need to head that way when we can.
Should we leave before you guys, or should we all travel as a group?
We should probably just pack up and get going as quick as possible. They found something of interest.
So I'm going to go ahead and start helping Baggy pack up his tent and stuff.
Yeah, once you came back, he was already getting everything. So the other two brothers start helping, and I take it probably you and Raph are helping. You guys head over there.
Actually, Raph does not help. He would normally in this situation, but he's maybe if there's a rock or somewhere he can climb up. He wants to get a little bit better vantage point if he can. Just keep looking around, just trying to keep an eye out for this cat.
Okay.
He's also not very helpful when it comes to if it's
Raph, do you want
heavy stuff.
to send Rune out towards the whistle? Maybe you can get a bird's eye view on what's going on.
That might be a good idea. And yeah, I'll send Rune out to fly off in that direction.
What's his speed?
I will pull it up.
I think they're only like 30 feet or something like that.
Oh no, flying is at least 50. Yeah.
50 flying?
Yeah, 10 feet walking.
Okay. So as they're getting close to finish up, you see, go into his vision, you see the boys are poking at a decent size fish carcass.
Bjork,
Like large
leave
fish.
everything. Bjork, come with me. Mute. Pack up with the three of us. I have a bad feeling about this. The boys are playing with a fish carcass.
They examined it. You notice they take turns. One examined it, one seems to be looking out, and then they swap out.
Yeah, if this, do you think that cat would have left something like that? As
Yes.
a trap?
No, not as a trap, unless it's very, very smart. But if it comfortably thinks this is his territory, it would absolutely leave the food for later. In fact, spoiled fish, cats fancy it a little more. What I'm more concerned about is if it sees them messing with it, it's going to get the wrong idea.
And yeah,
So-
and Raph takes off.
You guys get up there, and they start heading that direction as well. And you all get there eventually. And when you guys get there, you do look. Yorick, you would know this creature better than the other. This is one of the large fish that is in the bay there. They're essentially small sharks. And its back half is missing. Except for the bones. It's almost like most of the meat is gone off it. But it's like something clawed a large chunk of it apart. Some of the bones are missing, but a lot of them are there. And then ate part of it and dragged part of it off.
All right. We shouldn't mess with this. The creature that we discovered will probably think we're trying to steal its food. However, it makes me nervous. This is similar to a to a shark, which means it's a bottom feeder. And they don't go to the beach very often, so this
Oh,
big
no.
cat
It's kind of like a small shark. These ones are known to mess more with the fishermen and stuff. When you're trying to get fish, they're known to.
Oh, right. Okay, so like
Yeah.
a scavenger shark.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
well then I recant what I say.
They're known to be eaten by and eat people of the town who do the fishing.
We should at least let the town know that their food source has been claimed by a predator.
And this is
if you
actually
guys-
3 of the towns do this. The one you guys are in now, Harkon's town, the main town that you've always lived in Bjork, but the other ones are now. That is the main fishing town. And so that's the one that does most of the fishing. The other 2 that are on the bank do a little bit.
I kind of pull Raph and Mute to the side. I'm not trying to deny the other boys their glory, but perhaps we should go hunting. We are going to this town to get livestock, and that's only going to make us slower. It's going to mean we're going to have a big buffet strung behind our wagon for this creature. I can check it in with my father, but I'd rather Siggy not over here because he may send his boys.
I give it some thought. I don't disagree with the idea, however, and I start to signal to Bjork. They had decent weapons. Their bows were reinforced with bone. Their axes were perfectly balanced and sharp. These ones could definitely handle if something were to attack, and I would not want to disrespect his family and go against his wishes to steal their glory if it were it best to do as requested, and if we have to fight, then we will fight. I don't want to have another issue like we did with the other Jarl.
Oh, it's nothing like that, Mute. I was merely stating that they're better equipped to protect a large train of livestock who are big and slow. Whereas we are lighter on foot. And if we could kill this cat, like I said, I'm not trying to steal glory. It just makes more sense to have the ranchers do the ranching while we do the hunting.
As you're talking, Yorick, you hear Baggy. Are you guys ready to go? Is that cat about we should get to the town quick? Especially before night falls.
I turn towards Baggy and I walk forward. How long are you planning on staying in the town, Father?
We're getting there tonight, checking the animals, and we should head out in the morning since we got close enough, unless we get held up today.
All right. I have a proposition. Siggy? And I kind of motion for him to come over.
Yes?
This creature's large. We're in its hunting grounds. And we're only a day away from that village. Less than a day, as my father pointed out yesterday.
Yes.
If we carry a wagon and a bunch of livestock behind, it's going to be a dinner call for this creature. Now, you guys have all been ranchers for a while, and your weapons are strong, but I think that the livestock are going to attract this thing, and we can't afford to lose any of them. So my suggestion is, myself, Raph, and Mute go hunting for this beast, while the rest of you protect the precious cargo of the livestock. Chances are it'll still attack.
That's
the
a
cargo.
good idea. You know...
Are you familiar with this creature?
Not this one, but we have heard stories of their type. They don't tend to attack people as fire and people are a threat. They go after prey they can single targets.
And if
I
it was a
motion.
bear-
However,
I motion with Bjork to kind of we have fire. We can stand a good chance against the beast. I agree that it should be hunted before it takes our livestock and before it takes our animals.
If this one is hunting in area of people, the town ahead maybe should see what is happening. Beckett's. See
Maggie,
if
can we
there's
afford
knowledge there.
a 1-day delay?
Well, potentially it would be undesirable, as we could lose some profits in doing so, but it
That's
seems
true,
to be
but what's
necessary.
more profit loss, losing one of the livestock animals or losing a day?
Could be hard to say. But I see your point. Let's see what we find out in Beckett's, if you're good with that. They may know more about its hunting areas than we do.
How fresh is that carcass that they were poking at? Did it have flies and stuff around it?
It's starting to collect them. It seems like it was probably not last night, but the night before.
So I would motion to Biotic as the expert. Perhaps check the carcass in the direction of the prints to see where they are, what the threat is.
I think that the carcass was murdered before the creature started stalking us. So if anything, it headed in that direction. When I picked up the dirt to smell the tracks, I smelled the fish oils in the dirt, which means this creature's paws were sopped with the juices of its most recent kill.
True.
Although, like they said, it does make sense to get to the town first, and Siggy, if your boys are up for an adventure, we can all go hunt it together before we leave with the livestock. But I'm afraid if we take too big of a group, it won't show.
Understandable.
And I'm actually going to run and take the fish. Bring it
Okay.
back to the wagon. And...
If you take it, you're basically going to be dragging something about half your size.
Yes,
I go
but
with him to help.
I also have a unique abilities that allow me to carry up to 480 pounds,
Okay.
and I don't have that much stuff in my bag. But that's not necessarily why I'm bringing it. I'm gonna bring it back to them to show them the corpse so that they can like, oh my goodness, this is massive.
Oh, no. They got up to you and saw it. Like, they're examining it.
Yeah, there we go. I'm
Yeah.
going to reach into the animal, say, sorry, fellas, but I have an idea. And I'm going to pull my hand out and start rubbing its goo on my bracers and my hands.
Okay.
It's trying to lure the creature to us. I like it. We're gonna fight something.
Yeah, because if we can cover the scent of man, right, it may go, ooh, that smells delicious.
And you want all of us to do that?
I just motion to it if you guys want.
I'm game.
I think I look appetizing enough.
You don't have to,
I-
Ref.
I take a little bit of it and I kind of throw it at the bird. I throw it at Rune. Playfully, not intending to hit, but kind of just playfully.
You know, Rune is on my shoulder, right?
Oh yes, I'm
Rune
aware.
just catches it in midair, like, no.
Yeah, Rune kind of lifts off and catches a small piece of it that flings off, and the rest just like glops on Grass' shoulder, and it's like
Oh,
Sloughs off
crap,
onto the
look
ground.
at that.
Oh, whoopsies!
Oh, I wish the Viking sign language for whoopsies is. Is it just like you holding your hand up to your mouth, poggers? Like,
Oh no, I imagine it would be just kind of a. I would make more of just well, too late now.
no, it's more the pinky to the corner of the mouth.
oh no, rotten fish in the corner of the mouth. No. Oh,
Yeah,
the pinky. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No.
So you guys head on and you get to Beckett's. As you get close, Bref, are you having Rune stay on your shoulder, or what are you having him do?
Oh, yes. At this point, Okay, so we're heading just straight to town, correct? Then I'm gonna have Rune stay on my shoulder.
Perhaps Rune should fly in the air above us, because if he sees something, he'll come down and let us know, right?
Rune and I make a better team of observation down here. If it is hunting, if it is stealthily moving, might be better down here. Mechanically, Raven only has a +3 to perception, and we have a +8. So there is some advantage to flying, but if it's hiding, it's better off down here. If you're just more
Quick,
observing.
mute, toss Raph. No.
We need Jotnar.
Nobody tosses a half.
So
All right, but don't tell Jotnar.
you guys approach, and those of you on the lookout up ahead, you see something that looks like a horse size, just splayed on like some wooden logs pinned in the ground. And as you get closer, you notice it's not a horse. More feline shaped than a horse. When you draw close enough, you see it is very similar to that cat that you had seen, but it's been skinned.
Oh, Jesus, there's more than one.
And displayed as a trophy, essentially, by this town.
No, the town. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it means we could be dealing with a pride of these creatures if there's more than one.
Well, Mr. Bjork, did you want to examine this one?
Yes. 18 plus... What should I use? Medicine or nature?
Probably investigation. Or
Investigation I can do. That would be a 22.
Nature. 22? Okay. This is a male one. They're a little bit bigger than the one you'd found. Seems about the same age and size, probably a little bit larger, since usually cats, the male versions are a little larger.
Are you telling that to us?
I think what you see, Raph, is this oh shit look come across my face.
It seems to be as though it's been hanging here for a number of days.
Yeah, you kind of see me go over to its festering tail and lift it up and see the balls. And I drop it. Well, that's not good.
You look at it from the backside, it doesn't look good.
Well, if it was a male, it might just be curious and scouting us and leave us be. Since there's more than one, it's probably a pride. And if that's the case, that means whatever was stalking us, since it's slightly smaller than this, and I kind of look at the paw and compare it to mine, is a female. And the females are the hunters. Unfortunately, the least dangerous of the two has been killed.
Does that mean there could also be little ones running around?
Very unlikely. I highly doubt not only would it go out and eat fish out in the plains one day and then stalk the road the next day. I don't know of any caves nearby here, but usually when they have litters, they go into the forest or the caves and they retire until they're able to hunt again.
There is, further to the east, there is the Sundered Mountains, which are now basically almost look like meteor or impact craters, but they're mountains that look like they've actually been caved in, like brushed down, which I believe you remember the story of those.
Yeah.
And past them is the forest. And those are all
The
east
issue-
of where you guys at Beckett's are.
The issue is that the fish we found was a day old, and then we saw the creature the very next day after it killed the fish. It didn't wander far from the corpse. If it had a family that it was taking care of off in the mountains, it would be there, hunting there, and it wouldn't risk endangering its litter. to wander this far towards the ocean, especially since, and I kind of consult my map, it's actually closer to head east and away from civilization to hunt for fish. And it is to endanger the litter by heading west. I don't think it has a litter, but it's too hard to tell. I wouldn't know until I got a good look at the feline and saw if its milk sacks were full.
And you guys get into town, and you see everyone seems to be in good spirits, but they do have people posted guard watching. Anything you guys want to do, or let Baggy handle everything? I just don't want to not allow you guys to have a chance.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, as I would say, as Baggy's handling the business, the trade, he knows what he's doing. I'm gonna go over to Bjork and inquire if he plans on going out now, seeing that we have the male here that's only been dead a few days, and we know there's a female nearby. Do we still want to go out?
Yes, most definitely, Mute. Now more than ever. I am now 100% convinced that it was stalking us for other reasons than food.
I should say we should wait then until night, or if Haraf wants to go with us, that is. If he doesn't, then we would need to head out soon. If it is scared off by fire, then to stand a chance to get to it, we would want to go out without fire.
Well, don't worry. I'm small enough to look like food, yet dangerous enough to burn.
Yes, but you also have to realize I don't think that this cat will hunt for the sake of food and food alone. Felines are the only species in nature that I know of that hunt for sport. When wolves track you down, they're hungry. And when a feline tracks you down, it's bored. Mute. I think we should go talk to the town guard, but also, if we go to the mead hall, you have an impeccable talent for sitting down and being so silent that people almost don't notice you. You're obfuscated there. You might be able to hear about some rumors, especially on who killed the male cat. So we could split up, and I can go talk to the town guard while you go try to listen for some scuttlebutt, or we can go together. It's all your guys' choice.
I like the idea of going my own way. I nod and I signal I could use a drink anyways. So I start making my way towards the tavern.
And Raph, you being a healer could probably partner up with the clergy and find out. Clergy is probably not the right word for Vikings, but the holy men.
Goody.
The goatees, yes, thank you, if they have one. But you can meet with the town's healers and find out if they've had to bury anybody recently or tended to wounds of a cat that size.
Yes.
Or if you want, you can come with me. It's up to you.
Well, that's fine. I can check it off for my services.
Okay. So
And then I'm gonna, of course, go to the town guard whenever it comes back to me.
we'll have a charisma perception check or investigation from Hraf and Bjork, and probably a wisdom investigation check from Mute to see what level of your investigation turns up, what kind of details.
And then just so you know, Wicked, when they ask for a wisdom investigation check, you just have to go to your investigation skill. And when it's 5, it uses 3 of your intelligence. So since you won't be using intelligence, you'll be using wisdom instead. The investigation becomes a 3.
Basically, designate your investigation is based on listening instead of poking
So it's a
around and
plus 3 to whatever I roll, is what you're
Yes.
saying? Okay, gotcha.
and then a charisma-based one, Jarl, for Yorick, and same for Harath.
So what am I rolling?
A charisma investigation.
So I rolled
it's
an 8
done.
plus 3, so I got 11.
Okay.
I'm untrained in investigation, but at least I have a 4. No. That wasn't. Where is it? I'm trying to roll in the center here. There. It said 20. No, it went down to a 4, so 8.
Okay.
I got a 20.
Yorick!
Dirty 20.
So, Harath is told, he goes over and is talking to me like, well, you can help deal with some of the wounds if you want, but we don't have time to talk right now. And so they're cleaning up, dealing with some things. It's only one elderly person that's doing it, current one, and their apprentice. That's who's working on the injuries and the sick, whatever. It's here for that. You start working, helping out on that. You don't really get a whole lot. The mute, you hear mention of the cat and how it was a terrible fight, and we didn't realize that it was going to be a crazy cat when we first started having to look into it. And then Yorick, you get in with one of the town's guardsmen who's looking out. He seems kind of bored. He's a younger one, and he's like, yeah, I missed it all. I was out training and just got back, and apparently I missed the whole thing, but I heard all about it. Apparently they've been having issues where some livestock went missing, and so they started, up a posse, and they spotted this thing and they killed it, gesturing to the cat.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but they didn't.
It's hanging there. They killed it.
I show him the paw print. This one is slightly smaller. This one belongs to a female. Females are the hunters.
He has a look
They
of
did
like
kill a-
red on his face. He's like, it
Yeah,
killed
they did-
4 of us.
They did kill a cat, but they didn't kill the right cat, and there might be more than one out of there. Where's your captain of the watch?
Dead.
Who's the next in charge?
That would be Beckett's the only one in charge here. It's his homestead. He isn't appointed
out
a
of the
replacement.
guards.
All
right.
Yeah, we're just all guards. Other than
I need you to summon Beckett and let him know that if he would be willing to see my friends and I, we're willing to go out and kill the actual culprit.
he's talking with the guy you came in with, Baggy.
Oh shoot! All right.
He points over and
Listen.
you see your dad is there looking at the different horses and picking up.
I'm going out with 2 hunters alongside me. There will be 3 of us total. If we don't get back by morning, I need you to tell Baggy just to leave.
Oh, okay. Shouldn't you talk to him?
I do not want to alarm Baggy. I do not want to alarm the mercenaries, and I don't want to alarm Beckett. I think that if the whole town forms a posse, we're just going to agitate the creature and it won't show. If my friends and I go out quietly, we might be able to bring it back. Cats are cautious, and they're a lot smarter than we give them credit for.
All right. You guys want to head out?
I'm gonna go find Hraf first. To see how he's doing where the medicine healers are.
Yeah. You see that he's just basically helping out and seems kind of agitated.
Hraf.
Yeah, you see Raph is bandaging some wounds right now.
May I
Wow.
steal you for a moment?
How far, like, is the current healer doing well, like, right now, or is there a lot, or did we get most of them bandaged up?
I mean, it's more just changing, bandaging, and checking
Right.
people's temps, stuff like that, making sure.
Making sure they're
Everything
not
seems to be okay.
infected or...
Yeah, so, sure, I let him know. I'll be back if I can help you out again.
Thanks.
But it's pressing matters at the moment. Then I'll follow Bjork.
Okay.
And as we're heading towards the mead hall, well, Hraf, it's not good. They sent an entire group of people to attack that one feline male, and they lost 4 men in the process, including the captain of the watch.
Oh, okay, then we have to find Mute, and we'll have to head out. We can't. I don't think we can let any more of them die for this. But then again, just the three of us might not be. I think the three of us would be enough.
I think if we try to play the cat at its own game and be quiet, lure it out, I think it'll work. However, those things came into town to get the livestock, which means they're not afraid of fire. And if a big mob of people with torches went out trying to hunt, they're definitely not afraid of fire. So feel free to use your fire.
Oh.
Probably won't intimidate it at all.
Oh, it'll work. My fire's
But-
bigger than their fire.
On the other hand, we might be able to use your fire to bait it. Because if it thinks we're just 3 harmless hunters or travelers, it may attack. Let's go find Mute. And we enter the mead hall.
Mute is there having a drink, chatter, and didn't notice he has 2 people watching him next to the door. You see the 2 younger sons with their bows are standing next to the door watching him.
Are they like behind me or something?
Oh, you went up to get a drink. They're at the door just waiting, watching you. So that's why you didn't see them. Your back was turned.
Okay.
But as Bjork and Graf step in, Bjork sees them standing right there next to the door.
These are the ones that were with us.
Stiggy's sons, yeah.
The 2 younger ones.
So I'll sneak over to them. And
They're literally,
lean in.
when you step in the door, they're right there next to you.
Oh, so they would see us.
Yeah. Like you can turn your head and see them. Look them in the eyes.
Anything interesting happening here?
That's what we're wondering. You all seem to be itching for some trouble.
All right, enough said. You can come with us. I do not want your other brothers, however.
Well, I mean, one of them would be good to have. The other
Too
one,
many people
bit
can scare the
loud.
cat away.
Oh, I understand.
We want to make sure that we look weak so that the cat thinks we're easy prey.
Roll a perception check, Jarl. For Bjork.
I can't roll one for Mute. Actually, that's not too bad. That is a 16.
You notice a bit of movement, and as you turn to see it, you notice one of the brothers is missing. And you feel a tap on your shoulder. We're
I
good
turn
at
around.
moving about unseen, bird.
Well, that's why I trust you guys. Mute would have been the first person to identify that you guys had been watching him, and look at him, he's aimless. I just kind of motioned towards Mute, who's grabbing.
I don't like that I didn't have the opportunity to defend myself in this one.
But
And well, since I was there, did I notice that he snuck over?
You noticed him move as well, yes. You want to roll a perception to see if you actually saw what happened? You can.
Alright, I'm gonna roll right here, and wow, below 10, so that is a 17.
Yeah, no. You saw what Bjork did. You saw some motion, you look over, and one of the brothers is gone, and then you see Bjork turn and see the one behind him, tapped him on the shoulder.
see, I don't want to risk asking your third brother to go because then the fourth brother will want to go, if that makes sense.
No.
No, it doesn't.
No. He's, more brothers to fight to come to him. He's good in a fight, but he's a bit hot-headed. Our
Well, this
older
is going
brother,
to
on
be
the
a
other
hunt
hand,
of
is,
patience.
a bit more skillful at, using a cool head.
All right. New plan. Go tell both your brothers.
And, I mean, if you want someone who can find your prey better than most, you could ask our father.
I won't be needing his help with that, but I appreciate it.
Don't worry, we're a lot better than you might think.
You won't succeed.
Looking over at Mute.
Oh, we
Yeah,
believe it. Our
you-
father said you killed 8 wolves.
Among other things.
Incinerated them, yes.
Oh,
That's
we
not
also
the issue.
have all heard about the undead you've faced.
The issue is that you don't really hunt a feline. It can outrun you. You want the feline to hunt you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And one of your brothers sounds properly equipped for that since he likes the battle to come to himself.
He's a bit loud.
If you and your skilled brother were to follow us, but remain out of sight, it's entirely possible that we could lure the cat, and then you guys could be reinforcements. I don't think the cat would expect that. What we want to do is box the cat in. If the cat feels like there's no other choice but fighting, then we've got our kill. If it feels it can run away, especially with the size that I think this thing is, it's going to be miserable.
Indeed.
And then I just let out, without even looking, just kind of out of the side of my mouth, I let out that whistle that I do for Mute. Not that he's a dog, it's a warrior's whistle.
All right.
So, before I
Good
approach,
boy.
can I
Good
roll
boy.
a perception for having overheard the entire conversation? Since
Yes.
clearly I didn't know they were behind me.
Yes.
I'm gonna get punched in the arm, aren't I? Oh shit.
Okay, 14 plus 3 again, right? Same one, so that
Yep.
would be a 17.
Yes. So you hear them talking over there. You may not pick up every single word said, but you
So,
know their voices.
as he whistles, I don't even turn to look. I just stand up. I finish my mug and place it back on the counter, and I walk over and I signal to Bjork. I've known you were there. Don't ever say that I didn't know someone was behind me.
But you didn't know that these two were here until we started talking.
I was enjoying my drink.
You did well. Once they get their brothers, let's all meet outside a town near the male cat, and then I'll tell you everything I learned.
I also considered it kind of disadvantaged because you're focused on searching out for what you're here for, not for the tale from a direction that you wouldn't have heard what you're looking for from. Just to
I
be
think
clear.
he's just mad because I think he's just mad because he misunderstood what Bjork was saying as talking shit.
That could be.
When in reality, what Bjork meant by that was mute can usually hear anything, and if they got the best of mute and were able to stand there quietly without getting his attention, they obviously are pretty good at sneaking around.
Right.
Mute's like,
So-
what'd you say about me? Just
I need to
punches
grab
me.
a quick water, but we don't have much longer. But I need to get something. Let's take
Okay.
a quick 2-minute break, maybe 3, and then we'll kick right back off. You guys can go meet your kitty.
Kitty!
Yay! Hang tight, we'll be live in just a moment.
I'm gonna go get my doggo.
back. The show on the road. Alright. You gentlemen have decided you want to pursue a feline.
Yes, and while we're meeting outside, we're waiting for the Siggy brothers to come out. I'd like to remove the cat's testicles if they're still there, and take them with us.
And for
Okay.
myself, before we go out, and this is not related at all to cat testicles, while I was in the bar, I knew that we were going to be going out. I ordered some food, or if I can eat some rations, one of those two, because I remember what happened last time when I didn't have a buff before we went out. It didn't go too well.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are able to eat if you want before you go.
Someone figure out how to buff me. I'm eating a ration.
How do you want to buff? Get buffed.
Don't you
Buff
get like
just later.
don't you get like a hit point buff if you
Oh,
have eaten or whatever?
That's if you.
That was with my special rations.
Yeah, that's a special
Oh.
ration, not a standard ration.
Well, then I don't care about eating. Let's just go. I don't care. I'm gonna eat this dog.
Ah, dog eater.
And just so you know, DM, the only reason why I'm taking the cat's testicles is because of the scent.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that he has any weird kinks at examining backsides to.
Well,
cats
that's an
or-
assumption on your part. You don't know that.
Yeah, these could be like fuzzy dice for the wagon, you know?
for the boat, right? That we're gonna.
He's gonna turn it into a D20 or a B20, I guess. Ha, B20.
This. Yeah.
I
Balls.
hate this group. No, just kidding.
All right, let's go hunt us a kitty cat.
So, you guys get out there. You actually notice that the eldest brother is there at the cat when you get there. And you see he's doing something, not sure what, and stops when you guys approach.
He's taking your testicles.
Are you touching my cat balls? No, I'm just kidding. Well,
Ooh.
I'm just gonna wait for the other brothers.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, you guys are able to wait and the other brothers then come up. Did you tell them to
And I'm
bring
gonna-
their noisy brother, if I remember correctly?
Yep.
Yeah, you hear him coming. He's like, what? Why? Can I get a drink?
I turn towards them as they approach. If you'd rather miss out on the glory, you can stay here and drink.
You notice the one with
It was
the axe
merely a
is the one
gesture.
that's saying that. Like, he has his axe over his shoulders.
If you'd rather miss out on the glory, you can stay here and drink. I just figured it would be kind to offer you the chance.
Ah, what glory is there in fighting animals?
Then stay here. No one's making you. However, I will tell you that if you go out with us and you complain that you were made to go out with us, I'll cut your tongue out. But if you're going to come with us and be part of it,
Really?
you could talk as much as you want. Aye?
Really? It makes me want to go tell someone right now, just to see how that turns out.
Go tell someone.
You notice his eyes start changing color,
By all means.
like eagerness just to get in a proper fight to the death with you, sort of thing, because you made a threat.
I would.
But I will promise. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Mute.
I was gonna say I would step up as he says that, and I would put my hand to hip. I'm just waiting.
Like
As your brothers have advised
he has
me,
like a
you
dumb
shouldn't
grin
come.
on his face, and like, really, you want to throw down? For the left.
As your brothers have recommended to us, you shouldn't come and be part of this. However, I thought it would only be courteous to extend the chance to you. Like I said, if you'd rather go and drink, then by all means. But if you do decide to go with us, nobody's making you, and I don't expect to hear any complaining. Wouldn't become of a proper Viking warrior to whine like a child, if you get my drift.
You're whining like a child. You get the feeling he's just trying to egg you on now. Get something, because you basically kind of said you're going to fight him, and now he just wants you to, basically throw down so he can.
No, I actually said that if he complains on the trip, I will fight him, and I will. But I turn to the others and I share everything that the guard told me about what's going on, and about how a whole mess of people just makes the fighting messier. And the plan is that the noisy, obnoxious one travels with Hraf, Mute, and I. We're the bait, and that the quieter, smarter ones, who can handle themselves if the cat decides to go after them instead, is nearby and act as reinforcements. They're quiet and they're fast. And then I'm kind of looking at the older brother like, do you agree with this tactic?
He seems to be pondering what you said. I don't know that you'll find it as easy as you think.
Well, that's possible. And I take the testicles of the male cat and squeeze them to get the blood all over my hands and smear that scent.
Oh, that's just going to make her angry.
All over my hands.
That's just going to make her angry.
That's the idea.
And if that doesn't make her angry, then this might. And I produce a flame in my hand.
He's like, I see.
I don't think you understand felines, Hraf, but I appreciate the effort.
Well, if I burn her a little, she might not be happy.
Wow.
The trick here is that it's not going to hunt us out of food. It's already well fed. It might hunt us out of sport, but seeing as how there's so many of us, she probably wouldn't even bother. We want this thing angry. We want it to be blind with rage, so blinded that it doesn't see the three of you.
Well, you're good at pissing people off, so go on ahead. I'll watch your back.
Excellent, Hraf. Oh, and Hraf, if anybody needs healing, heal him last. And I point to the noisy brother.
Do you want me to join you or to go further back? It's up to you.
I think you should be up with us. I've seen you fight before. You can tank.
No, I know. He the brother here, he has the axe, and I pull out my dagger. Was I muted? No.
No, you're
we're here with. Yeah. So I pull out my dagger and I'll say, "Yeah, I can lead you guys into combat."
So I'm doused in the smell of not only its food, but also the genitals of hopefully its mate. And I'm going to go ahead and roll whatever you want me to roll for tracking. I don't know if you want me to use a nature or survival.
Go ahead and roll a survival check as you track it to where it came from.
Do I get advantage since I took time mastering its tracks, or no?
Yeah.
Come on, get on the table. There we go. I'll stop throwing. Okay, first one was terrible. It was a 4. And the second one. Okay, I'll take the 4. That second one was a 1. So for the survival, that's a total of 6.
Okay. Well, it obviously came from the southwest, so you should head the wrong direction.
All right, sounds great. I'll go that way.
Um,
I'll keep my eyes open, all three of them.
you guys get to heading the way that you assumed they came from, Yorick, but you're not really able to follow it well. As you're heading out of town, though, you notice there's a bear, really good sized one, that seems to be sniffing the tracks.
Sorry, I'm allergic to bear.
My doggo's bear.
I kind of elbow mute. If this bear is here,
It seems to
then
be fairly
won't-
scarred as well.
If this bear is here, then the cat won't approach us. Cats are opportunistic fighters, especially for sport. I recommend we put this bear down and then continue on our journey.
At that, you hear the older brother start laughing. I don't think you want to do that.
Oh, do you know of this bear?
Oh, we do.
Well then, I will take your advice. I'm not a stupid man.
He's usually on
We
the
will
other side of the
circumvent the
island.
bear.
Let me go up to him. And he heads off, goes over to the bear, then comes back. All right. The bear will be good here, and if you want to, our brother here, the two of them can stand guard, make sure the town is safe, or you can bring the loudmouth with us. It's whichever you want.
Honestly, it's whatever the loudmouth wants. I look at the loudmouth.
He's like, you're such a pain. Why don't you just want to fight and get it over with?
Because I need you in peak physical condition to fight a giant cat that everybody's afraid of.
Well, the small one took out 4 people out of the group. This larger one will be able to take needs a bit of a challenge. That's why you're along with us.
Unless he's not up for the challenge. But I agree with Ref.
Well,
Except it
let's
was
just-
the large one that was killed that took out 4, and the smaller one is what we're going after. But hey, I mean, semantics.
Yeah, but that
Well,
one probably wasn't
But the
fighting
smaller one's
out
the
of
more
anger.
dangerous one. Smaller one's the hunter.
Well, Yark, let's just hope that you are as skilled with the ladies as Vargar is.
The moment you say skilled with the ladies, I have a flashback of every time I failed in front of a woman, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but as skilled as Vargar is. Because you want to piss off? No.
All right, so I'm gonna just continue pressing on until I get a chance to roll for more tracks.
Can I look around since it is it getting it's a bit dark now?
Yeah, it's getting dark.
So I'll walk on
Either
ahead
you'll
and
need
I'll
some
see
form of light, or you're gonna have difficulty.
Oh, well then I produce light enough that I can see. That'll give me just enough light to see beyond, and then so it's not.
Well, I'm saying it'd also be hard for the people without dark vision to see, is what I was
Well,
saying.
they can
Yeah.
get their own. I'm walking on ahead with a little bit of light to see if I can see anything ahead.
I'm gonna make a torch roll real quick. Crap. Well, it works, but now I lose a torch.
Which looking, I have 1 torch left. Well, a D4 torch. But I
Yeah, I
got a
have
torch.
4 of them, but they've lasted a long time until now. So I light a torch. Remember, Loudmouth, Raph, and Mute and I, we're trying to attract it, so we'll need this light. I don't know how the others will fare, but that's on them.
Sounds good.
And go ahead and roll your. You said you're going to scout ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, if that's okay.
Go for it. I don't. You got better perception than I do. I think that's smart.
Right. Ooh, 17 plus 8. So 25? Sounds right.
Okay. So yeah, you're able
You
to.
did say that the Raven can offer you a help action, right? You want to try for a higher roll, or
If it's, I always say if he lets me do the help action, then I would, because usually he's saying that it's already giving me a +4.
oh, it's already giving you the bonus. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
that
so
makes
he's saying
sense.
maybe he shouldn't be
I
helping.
agree with that. That makes sense.
Hey, +4 or advantage, I'll take the +4.
Yeah, hands down.
Especially with my rolls.
So what does Hraf's third eye see?
Nothing. No. Yeah, no, he's able to see as he gets closer there. He's able to follow the prints in the dark with his raven on his shoulder. He's able to lead the way. Just a
Big cat, big cat, big cat. I'm excited.
I'm just
I'm
trying to make
kind
sure I
of
have.
secretly thinking about throwing an axe into the dude's back and saying that the cat ate him, but that's just me.
I'm trying to get the NPCs pulled up. If you're wondering why it's taking me a moment to respond, so.
Oh no, I've run games. I get it. You probably
Yep.
weren't anticipating us taking all 4 brothers.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, you want to go? Sure, bring your friends. More fodder for the cat.
Let's go bring the whole town. Come on, let's go.
The whole town leaves, and then the cat just enters the town and starts
And
killing
kills
the
everything, yep.
livestock. Foiled again, damn it.
Alright, I need to just get one more here and we'll be set to go.
And I will say, if we have this formation, I think that would be perfect. Because I can still attack anything that attacks either one of you if we get jumped.
My cashew looks like a cock and balls. I'm just throwing that out there.
Wicked, did I ever show you the picture of the sexy green pepper?
I'm sure I've seen it, but no, not from you.
Probably the closest one. Alright. And should be close enough. Alright. So you guys are heading out that way. Let me pull in a few others for you to have fun moving about. Because, you know, you decided to bring along a, you know, crowd. Please open.
Is there 4 of them or 3 of them? The brothers.
There's 4 of them. One's going to travel with us, and the other 3 are going to kind of flank.
So 3's company, 4's a crowd. Or 7's a crowd.
Is that kind of clear which one's which?
Yeah, you got your 2 archers, and the one with the staff is the skilled brother, and this doofy looking one is the
Yeah.
is the dumb one.
So you have the loud one, you have the 2 quiet ones, and you have the one that had the stick that was checking out the animal that was there. And since it's a total surprise what you're
Alvis,
hunting,
is that you? I'm just kidding.
Really? We have a Barghest, a bear, a rat, a wolf, a giant viper, but I don't see panther or cat or anything like that, which is funny. So yeah, you guys head out and are getting to your destination, and at least this is closer to the side. One of these looks more like it. Nope, that one's more like it. Not this at all. What we've already talked about seeing. But
It's not a manticore?
No, it's at least a big feline-shaped monster. So you can bear
Dad,
with
is
me
that
as
you?
I deal with what I quickly
know,
have on
I'm just
hand.
kidding.
Since you guys
I'm
decided
just
to go off the beaten path somewhere random. No, it's
Yeah,
cool.
I know. I play a random encounter, and then we take all the NPCs and go after it.
All right, so you guys get out there, and as you head that way, you notice there is shadow that's moving towards you, Raph. Moving very much like a cat.
I will give a hand signal because I'm assuming they're watching me. So
Yeah,
I'll give a
and I
hand
got my
signal.
torch out so I can see it.
Yeah.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Looks like a lion-ish.
Hopefully the others flank a little better than that, but if not,
Yeah,
we got
you can
this.
you can put yourselves where you want. It'll be coming basically this direction.
And if it's stalking us, it's probably coming from behind, I imagine. So I'm thinking we should be somewhere over here.
So, it's coming behind us?
You don't know.
That's
I
why
thought
I was
I did know.
asking.
I was saying from the direction from where you're walking is this way. Like towards where it is at right now.
Sweet. Yeah, so I'm thinking we should be over here, and then we'll just leave the other three brothers where they are. Yeah, take that, loudmouth. You piece of crap. MVP.
Hey, I'm the smallest and possibly the deadliest. Well, at the beginning of a fight, if I can.
All right.
Initiative time?
It is.
Oh boy.
Just verifying one piece of info here.
You're like, yes, it does have lightsaber teeth.
Yes, it does have a roll save or die on con. Con save or die. It can do that every turn, once per person. You remember old edition, save or die? Always the best.
Yeah.
It's plus my dex, right?
Yes.
Yes, initiative should be up near your armor class.
Oh, okay. +1. All right. Yay. I rolled a 15 + 1. Yay. Where's my little disc? There it is.
Do I have to put a number on Varner's initiative, like a -1 or something?
I
I think
can
we tried
actually
to do negatives last time and it was goofy.
Yeah, negatives doesn't work. I can just do that though.
Oh, fine. Delete it.
Kitty! Yes, we brought Creature 212, my favorite.
I don't think I've ever said this before, but I am ready to fuck this cat up.
I think we'd be more standing like this since Haraf pointed it out. I don't know how you feel about that, Mew. What do you think? If you're closer to the front.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a shield and an axe. I can face a crazy cat.
A crazy cat.
I think we should send Loudmouth out to investigate all by himself.
No, because I'm actually kind of worried that he's going to kick a lot of ass. And if he kills this thing, we'll never hear the end of it.
Well, possible. Alright, now I need to actually put in their dex modifiers.
Good. Kitty goes first. Quick, mute. Grab Loudmouth's ass. Send him into a rage.
Smacks him on the ass.
Just smack him
luck,
on the
son.
ass.
I'm gonna have to reset it because it's not letting me do 2 of them. So I'm going to have to
what if the older
reset.
brother represents? Oh,
You can get Varger's
I am sorry.
character. You can use Varger to do one of the archers. I find it funny. I have one of the best tied with Varger. I have the best initiative, yet I don't think I ever go first.
I think the only time you went first a lot was in that dungeon. Because you'd run in first and we'd be at the bottom of the stack and you'd be like, "Where are you guys?" And we're like, "We're here, don't worry about it. It's fine." Harvey Dent.
It reset.
Can you
Can
trust
you
him?
set yours?
Sorry.
It didn't let me modify the roll after it rolled it for the brothers, so I was trying to get it to work and it just was not wanting to cooperate.
Where's never mind.
Oh, well there you go. I didn't see what it was before, and so be it. So apparently the brothers go first, and then Kitty's on the bottom.
Damn.
So I need you spoke up, Jarl. Roll a d8 for me.
Wait, where did it go? No. Give it. What is it doing? I'm trying to pick it up and it's just flying in the air. Give me the die. Oh my god. All right, whatever that roll is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's not.
Here.
That's just a drop.
There we go.
It's sometimes it gets screwed up in your play area.
I got an 8.
Okay. So
Is that good?
maybe
I don't like the cryptic.
the position you guys chose to be was like that. These 3 you had back here.
Yeah.
Haraf was out front, so does that mean you're heading this direction?
Oh, okay. If
Or
we were
did you
headed
want
that
Haraf out
direction,
front?
I think I was out front.
Okay,
And
'cause
then,
I thought out front would be this way, because they said that the brothers were following behind you all.
okay,
So back there.
okay. So if we're headed this way, so I see it off in this. Okay, that makes
Nope,
sense.
not yet. I haven't put it in position yet, because I'm
Oh,
making sure I have you guys all set.
right, because we can't give them really any, like, say, to move in a certain direction or not.
So, is this good? Where's everyone's at?
I think this
yeah,
is good.
I think this is good.
Okay. The cat's coming this direction, right towards you all. And
Now,
Raph gets
question.
it when it's here. Yes.
Question. Since I've gone to all the trouble of smearing the fish and the cat nuts all over me, can I roll an intimidation so that it targets me first?
You'd assume that could be done if it wasn't already doing that.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you notice, it's heading right for the group of you 3.
Yes. Glory. Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess the brothers go first.
The logical thing is, you're wearing the scent of its spouse. Probably not
Oh,
very
I know.
happy with you.
Or maybe
All
it's
over my
maybe very
bloodied
happy.
hands.
Well, it might be very happy with you, thinking.
Yeah,
you
the
are
cat just
supposed-
drags me away, and you just hear, "In the jungle, the mighty jungle." Yum bum away.
The Bjork gets snoo-snooed by the kitty tonight. You
I'm like,
find
good, this was my plan all along. Oh!
I'll see you guys back at camp. Don't wait up.
you
Don't
got
tell my dad.
you guys
Don't tell the handmaid neither.
you guys find Jarl a day later, or Bjork a day later, and he's just mutilated
Smoking
corpse,
a
just
cigarette.
dead.
I'm like, sup, guys?
Strutting back. Well, I don't know about you, but I just became a man.
Turns out the cat didn't have 9
All right.
lives.
What do you want the brothers to do? They don't see the cat. They don't know about the cat. They're only working.
I'm going to
your
use an
orders.
incidental to elbow Loudmouth and point at the cat.
Okay.
Yeah. Since I told them silently, they can be as loud as they want with him.
Boy,
He's-
I hope the cat right over there doesn't do anything to us. Yuck,
I mean, if
yuck.
you do that, he'll turn and ready his axe and scream at it. If that's all you're going to say.
Yeah, for my incidental, I just wanted to get his attention and be like, hey, look at that. There's a little
Okay.
kitty over there.
There's a meow meow happening.
Meow meow.
Then that would mean you're up,
Oh,
Bjork.
yeah, let's do this. Oh, he just screamed at it? Oh,
He
what a
ready to attack it if it
shithead.
gets in range, and he hollered.
All right,
Like, come on, cat!
I'm going to use an incidental to look at mute. Shall we hold our position?
I nod in agreement. Yes. As he is approaching us. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take a dodge action. And then my turn is over.
I nudged mute. Dodge action.
How can you nudge me? Your arm's not that long.
He's Stretch Armstrong. He's just like shwing. Boop, boop, boop.
He thinks
Okay,
he has
I know
psionic
what-
abilities.
So-
Um,
I laugh a little bit and I charge towards the cat. Suckers!
You
No.
fucking asshole. God damn it. You made me choke on my face. Oh,
No, I take the thought that it's very likely that it is coming towards Bjork. So I actually kind of walk backwards a little bit over and kind of around to kind of get in more of a flanking position from right over. Hold on a second. I gotta use my other hand here. Hang on a second.
The puppy. It's interrupting our game.
Dog.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would sit like right about there and just kind of wait for the cat to approach on this side. Kind of getting ready for that box position that we were talking about.
Okay.
Now, do you allow, I can't remember, do you allow held actions?
Yeah.
One of the things you can do, Wicked, is you can hold a dash action so that once the cat comes up to attack me, you can move in and flank it. That way, on your next turn, you're not wasting your
Let's do
turn
that.
trying to move into position.
I want to do that. That's the thing I'm doing. Yes.
Alright, so
Okay.
Raph moves over to here. And in not an intimidating tone. So I know it's coming. Actually I'll probably go a little bit here. Okay. I'm actually gonna. I don't mind if I take an extra movement after. So I get within 30 feet of Mute and Bjork, and I give them Blessing of Odin.
Ooh, what
Okay.
does that do?
And that is Bless.
Oh, okay. So allows us to use a D4 on a saving throw or an attack?
Yes, so anytime you attack or make a saving throw, yeah, you add a d4. So
Sweet.
Yep.
And it's just
so
one
that-
time, right? Once we use
Nope.
it, it's gone, or perfect?
1 minute.
Awesome.
Is it concentration? No, it's not. So, yep. There you go. Up to for a minute, you have that. Or
And just so you know, mute. That's 10 rounds.
Oh, a lot of rounds. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at this pepper picture that I sent you.
actually, can I wait? I'm gonna cast it, but not fully cast it. I'm gonna wait until it gets into melee range and then start it.
He's readying the spell.
I'm ready in the. There you go. See.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm reading the Blessing of Odin. All right, and that's it.
Okay, so that's Raph's turn.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
I wonder what's going to happen. I am so uncertain what could possibly happen here.
Tea party?
Tea bag.
Well, he already crushed.
Jarl!
Right? I get an attack of opportunity against it.
You also
cast
need
Bless
to
right before.
make a strength saving throw.
But you have less on right now. So
My attack roll is a 17.
17 will hit.
Please don't roll away. Please don't fall. Hey, I'll take that 7. Which makes the total damage 10.
Okay.
Hey, can I take this opportunity to run up now, or is that later?
Since you ready in action, that would be now. The moment he came into position, you would.
Okay, so yeah, then I'm
It
gonna.
would depend what the readied action is and what the trigger is, essentially.
Okay.
Since you're
Well,
still learning it, I have much more grace on you than, say, others
I
who've
did
done
what-
it before. So, yes.
I did what the Jarl said, and I made myself ready. And when he got closer, I went in for the "Hey, I'm gonna ruin you" move.
Okay.
So I positioned myself kind of slightly behind left like this, yeah?
As you do that, a point of order. What are you using for light?
I've got a torch.
I got a flame.
Yeah,
Okay.
their stuff.
So you're keeping
Jesus.
the torch. Your spear's in one hand. Okay.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't
Okay.
be able to use the my D4 1d10
Hmm.
nonsense.
That's why we're just verifying. I'm just making sure it's aware, because if you drop the torch, there's a chance it could go out and a chance that, less is seen. But
I light the grass on fire and then
You know.
we burn.
start a brush fire and you all get burnt up in a
Now you said a
Fire.
strength saving throw.
yes.
Now, question. I guess that wouldn't, even though I'm in the dodge action, I guess that wouldn't really matter. It's not disadvantages, or it's not advantage on my strength save, right?
Oh, first, yes. Point of order. It is first a armor save. Then, if it does
Okay.
hit, it is a save. It's its pounce
Sweet.
attack to see if it knocks you down. But yes, I got it out
So
of
you
order. So do an
advantage
armor
on the-
save first.
Advantage on the armor save, and then you have a plus D4 on the
For the
strength save if you
strength,
have
yeah.
to.
I rolled a 14 for the armor.
14 total?
Yep.
Yeah, you
Even
get
with
hit.
the advantage. Booty.
So you can roll your strength save now to see if you get knocked down.
That would be a 21.
Okay. You don't get knocked down. And then do one more armor save.
I already did the. Oh, he attacks twice.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Is dodge still in effect? Or that's only one attack.
Yeah. It's that round until my next turn. It's disadvantage on the attacks.
As long as he doesn't get
for
knocked down.
dodge.
Which
Right.
is why that was
If
an
I go
important
prone or
point of order.
anything, then The second roll was a 20 for the AC.
Okay. So you passed that one. So you took one hit. So roll 2d6.
Now, there used to be a shortcut for duplicating dice, and I don't remember what it is.
Yeah. Where's your d6? Oh, yeah.
It's right here. Thank you. Okay, the total is 8. Oh, where did...
Cool.
Sorry.
Means you get 14
How much
damage.
14.
Wait, you said
Jesus.
8, right?
Yeah, it was 8 on both dice. 4 and a 4.
13 damage.
Oh, it's
And that's how it took out 4 villagers.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So do I get to swing on it now, or
Yeah.
am I just hanging out? No, I just
You're
move into
hanging
place.
out. Yeah,
Okay.
but that's nice because then you don't have to worry about if it has any abilities where it can stop you. You're good to go.
Okie dokie. Thank you. All right, I'm in place then. I'm ready. I'm
Go
ready
for
to
it.
cut its fucking tail off. Oh, it's not my turn.
brother's
It's the
turn.
brother's turn.
It's the brother.
Well, was your ready to action to move up, or was your ready to action to...
He took the dash action as his ready to action. So
Okay.
Yeah, because I was too far away to like assault or anything.
No, it's fine. I'm trying to make sure I understand.
Shit, that old man's face just headbutted me.
So, yeah, what do you want the brothers to do? You guys can kind of pick what you want them to do. I'm letting you control their
Attack.
choices.
Let's have
Attack.
Loudmouth flank across with mute and just rail into it. And then obviously the archers are going to shoot it, but I don't know what the skilled guys' skills are.
This guy has a stick, essentially.
Oh, cool.
So
Let's
a
hope we
hardened
cast
club,
magic.
and then the other two have bows. If you want him to move up, he can there, and then do a double move to get in position there. If you
I think that's smart. Yeah. He just turns his back on the cat. He's like, no, not today.
I'm not doing that.
No,
Then-
my lord.
You can have these two shoot if you want. They're archers.
Yeah, fire with their strongest abilities.
Who wants to roll the d20 for the angry one, and who wants to roll for the archers? You need 3
I'll
d20
roll.
rolls.
I'll roll for loudmouth.
Okay.
I'll roll for an archer.
Is Loudmouth a barbarian?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, is he raging?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I believe he has that.
Okay, how does a natural 1 hit?
No.
Oh
Shit,
no,
they
the archer
just
just
shot
shot
us.
Loudmouth. One of the archers just shot Loudmouth in the back of the head.
It's all part of their plan.
Meanwhile, he swings for 16, so he did get a 16 on his swing. So as he lands his shot, he hears a ping off of his helmet. Ping!
No, it's really cool since he's raging. It's actually +2 to that. Or no, is it +2 to attack or damage? I can't remember.
Damage.
Damage, yeah, never mind.
The second archer rolled a 12 with plus modifiers.
12? Okay, so that one hit.
Yes.
Of course, the nat 1 won't hit for some reason.
They weren't
D3 has
expecting
gone
such a big cat, I guess.
Well, you know, that probably has something to do with it.
What do I
It's a
roll
scorpion
for Mr. Guy, Mr. Angry Loudmouth, to swing? Because he got a 16. So
16? Okay, that hits.
yeah.
So roll a D12 for him for his damage, and for
Are their
the
bows?
archer, you roll a D8.
That's what I figured.
Oh my god, nice, Wicked. Max damage on that. Oh.
No. I didn't know if I had the right one. I just picked it up. So an 8.
Okay. I will
Okay.
write that damage down.
2 plus.
Nice thought, though.
How much did you say, Raven?
2 plus mod.
Loudmouth is pretty decent in a fight.
The archers aren't. maybe I shouldn't be rolling for them.
Alright, so that's them. Yorick,
Yes.
you're up.
Okay. Let's see. For my bonus action, I'm going to Hunter's Mark this creature.
Okay.
And then I guess I'm just going to do a straight up attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
punch him in the face.
Oh. Oh no. Oh wait, no, that should hit. That would be a 12.
Just hits.
Hell yeah. Okay, so the attack does 10 base damage plus Hunter's Mark. So 15.
Say that again. Got a little glitch on your last part.
15 total damage.
15. Okay.
Okay, I'm doing okay. You know.
Well, the cat's
works.
showing some signs of being whooped on a bit, since there's, 7 of you beating on the thing.
Yeah, and if it does have kittens, they're gonna starve.
You can feel good about the fact that you starved innocent creatures to death. You're up.
They are not innocent.
Okay, just a second here.
I'm sorry, I am playing a card.
You son of a bitch.
Theravan
I have
Rolls
to get
played
rid
this
of-
card.
You
So
don't
it just-
have to get rid of them on
So I rolled a 15 and it's plus dex, right? So that'd be 1. So 16.
Disadvantage on the next roll. That would be on your turn.
Well, I'm not rolling.
No, you played it too slow. I already rolled.
Okay, so that's going with Kitty then, technically.
Alright, what'd you get, Mute?
15 plus my 1 dex, so that's 16.
That hits.
And I'm attacking with my hand axe, so that's a d6 plus 3. I'm learning.
You are. Hey, man, as a first-time player, you're doing great. You came
I
into
would
this
say-
not knowing a thing. You're doing it.
6 plus 3. That's a 9. Hey, you can take that 9.
Okay. 9 damage.
It's actually really good for a hand axe. Holy crap.
There's a reason he has that feat.
Yeah. Bravo.
Nice.
Bravo.
Nice. Alright. So that would mean Haraf is up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I rolled a 1 on the die, so 5 healing for you, buddy.
Jurek, you
That's
get
okay.
whole
That brings me to
5.
full.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you had a buff.
About.
Oh, right. All right, well, so that's fine then.
There you go.
My girlfriend's cookies helped me. Wait.
Right? Flirted with the lady, and now you get cookies that
Never
make
mind.
you healthy.
I should have worded that way differently.
Was it the milk and cookies too, or just the cookies?
Let's just continue on, okay? We
So,
can say that I did it all for the cookie.
But don't
Bjork.
touch any.
Go ahead and roll 2 armor saves.
Hey, you little bitch.
Now, technically, there's a disadvantage.
For why?
Isn't that what I played?
Yeah, he
He-
played
he-
a disadvantage
he did,
on the
which
next
would-
roll, so he
yeah.
disadvantaged himself.
No, I didn't. I didn't roll anything.
Oh, you used it on the cat. Is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
so your first
So I get advantage, right?
Technically, yeah. No.
your first one will, yeah.
Look at that, trying to screw over the party, and you actually help us. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, then I know when to play the next one.
Right.
So that would be a 10 for the first attack.
So that hits. In a second.
Come on, you. Ugh. Oh. 9. I got hit by both.
Yep. So roll 2d6 and a d10.
Ouch. You're gonna eat some turf real quick.
Maybe I'll roll really nice.
He'll get 1s on everything.
11.
All right. So that's the base damage. That's not the modified damage.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm down.
Yeah. That's 20 something damage.
What?
So yeah,
That's
you're
20, you're fucked damage, is what it is, because you ain't got no more than 20 hit points.
Because the first attack is 7 plus something, and then this one's 4 plus something.
right.
Damn. That is a strong kitty.
It's a large.
So I'm like, guys, we got this.
It's the size of the horse, and so if you imagine a cat the size of a horse, how big its paws are.
Listen, my tiny cat fucks my hands up. I'm not even going to argue that.
I figured you wouldn't, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, imagine that cat's paw being the size it would be if the whole cat was increased to the size of a horse.
Okay, so hoping. Well, I know I gotta heal you, but
They're nasty.
I think I gotta pull out the big guns.
Listen, you could wait until after. Oh, no, because his next turn, he can kill me outright. Oh. Oh no. I regret my decisions of fondling its spouse's balls.
The brothers are up
Yeah.
now,
I think you made it a little mad, sir.
so you
I
guys
think
can
I
choose
did.
what you want the brothers to do.
Angry man, he's gonna turn and laugh at Bjork as he takes just a pot of the face, and he's gonna kind of just
my throat
show you
ripped.
how it's done, and he's going to attack.
The guy with the staff, does he have healing abilities?
Not in combat.
Okay, then he'll just beat on him.
Okay, roll a d20 for him. And you can roll 2 d20s for the archers if you want.
Oh, Bjork. So as you take the pot of the face, and Mr. Loudmouth laughs at you, he really is going to show you how it's done. He rolls a nat 20.
Oh my.
He is.
Roll
He is gonna rub
2d12.
this in your face.
Yeah.
Just
Oh no.
Does he have that one perk that gives him like crazy critical damage?
No.
Since he's a barb or oh okay.
Unfortunately, doesn't have that one, but
Dang it, he's got something else though. That's a good thing.
still, 2d12 is
an 8 and a 7, so 15.
It's
And-
not small damage.
and the strength modifier on top of that, just under
Plus
20
the plus
damage.
2.
Mm-hmm. And so that actually will be enough to do. Oh man.
And you didn't want him to take all the glory. Did he fall over?
Oh, I didn't say I didn't want him to take. He didn't take all the glory. He killed it, but
He
So-
strikes his axe in, and the head just falls off on top of Jarl, and he gets 2 death saves failed because it hits him.
okay.
Bjork. So, Raph?
Yes.
Actually, technically, it's my turn
It would be your
to roll
turn.
death save.
Don't fail. Remember, you have a D4 bonus.
Can you? Oh yeah, that does work on death saving
Yep.
throws, doesn't it? I'm not even gonna take the chance. I'm just gonna roll the d4 as well.
Oh,
I'm not
D10.
even gonna wait.
You got a 10 on the 20.
Yeah,
14.
4.
You're good.
14 plus my con mod, which is a 0. I have 1 success.
So, mute.
I don't know if there's a con mod.
No, it's not. It's a straight roll.
No,
I,
no,
I literally don't have anything to do I?
I mean, you can
I
go.
mean,
You
just-
could roll a medicine check on me to stabilize me so I'm not bleeding to death.
You can try
Yeah,
that.
let's
And
let's
if you
let's
roll, I guess I'm dead.
let's do that because as you lie there bleeding out and the head of this giant cat is laying on your lap, you're not doing too good. So let's see what we can do for you, buddy.
Listen,
Roll your D20.
we took it out and only lost 1 person. I'm okay with this.
Ooh, 17 plus med, which goes off plus 1, so 18.
You're able to
Oh,
see
that would-
where the damage is done and stabilize him. Just
Yeah, I
at
got my
least
jugular
not
thrown
bleeding out.
If that was
Raph?
a 20, that would have been amazing.
It would have.
I hold my hand over the wounds and invoke a prayer to Odin, heal you for 8.
Yay!
So Burek wakes
Yay!
up with the cat's tooth like stuck in him, and he's like, "Oh, what happened?"
So the big angry guy, considering he got that crit and he knocked it off, he goes over to the cat and he snaps the mouth off. And well, not the whole mouth, just snaps it off with the tooth, and that's what I pull out and stabilize to stop him from bleeding. And the big guy gives it to him a souvenir for your troubles. What was that about? Fighting me if I said something.
Said I would cut your tongue out if you whined on the trip, which you didn't.
And right then he breaks into just like mock whining. I can't do it. I need help.
And I'm glad I brought you.
And Raph
Thank
is
you.
laughing.
All right. I think it's fair to say
We
I'm gonna
gotta
lift
go
up the
hunt the
head
pussy
and-
cat.
I'm gonna hand the head to the big guy. You guys should bring this into town.
The puppy cat.
Might
Yeah.
be heavy. I don't know if I can carry it.
I just grin and let him have his fun.
Yeah, and he's literally going to be mocking you and taunting you like that the whole way back to town.
I kind of figured. Everybody here's annoyed by him. The brothers don't
way to
even
go.
really like him, so I'm okay with this.
I mean, he's a barbarian, so you know, just wants to crack
You get-
heads.
You get another 5 healing.
Did you want to look at your cat or anything, or are you just taking the head he lobbed off back?
I would like to, if the brothers are okay with it, if they're taking back the head, I would like to skin it. Actually, I would
survival.
like to indicate that Yorick should skin it. He's
Yeah.
better at it, and he's not dead right now.
Okay.
And I will. Hold on a second. Let me just check.
We all remember what happened last time I tried to skin an animal. Somehow this one will burst into flames or something. Take my knife and I go up to it to cut it open, and I stop, and I just instant flashback, and I step back. No.
What were you rolling for, Pref?
Well, I was checking something, but no, I don't have that. I'm gonna help you out as best as I can.
I will roll with. Do you have survival trained?
I don't. Do I need a train?
Okay. Yeah, you have to do the help action. You have to have a proficiency in it.
I will
Right,
help
that's
you
right.
because I do have proficiency in it.
Okay.
All right, I'll roll and see if I get something higher.
Could have fooled us.
Oh my god, I am so sorry. Take that, cats. 19 total.
Yeah, look at that roll. You hit the cat and you skin it. Oh, that's funny. Man.
Knocked loudmouth
Oh.
on his ass, and I'm not talking about mute.
You knocked me on my
So
ass too.
you're able to skin it, and as you're skinning it, you notice it does appear to be a nursing mother.
Oh, good.
You want some pets?
Do we have any water skins?
Just one that has your little bit of water that you carry with you.
I'm going to dump the water out and empty its mammary glands into it so that we have some milk.
So you collect cat balls and cat...
Okay, first of all, sir, this is for you. And Vikings are weird about that shit. So I hand you the cat's milk because I figure you can make some sort of poultice or something with it.
I can.
I don't know, some weird
I don't
Viking potion.
Oh,
I'm not skilled at poultices and herbs and stuff.
he never
Well,
went the
then,
alchemy route.
Despite what you may think, remember, and I point to the mute, I go, he's the smart one. He's the scholarly one.
Do you want this cat's milk?
So I take it, then I tie it onto my belt. Kind of interested in what's in the cat's stomach, so I go over and open it up.
You find quite a bit of fish. And a few other mammalian creatures. So, probably deer and cow.
Nothing
Cow
that
Well,
would
it's a
indicate
cow.
anybody that or anything that's been eaten that was human, like materials off of traveling wanderer or nothing like that, right?
No.
But if the cow is there, that means it's been in town.
Or
Well,
was
yeah,
given
it's-
some
it's-
from town.
Yeah, it's got little ones, so I mean, it could have gone in for the foods to bring back to the littles, but meh. I'm just checking to make sure it didn't eat nobody, so we could bring home a memorabilia that we killed it, but it's fine.
What the fuck is going on with table? I'm sorry, mute.
It's fun.
I'm gonna go over to the older brother, and I'm gonna extend my hand for a handshake.
He shakes it.
You guys were amazing. Thank you, all of you.
We're used to working in the woods. It's what we tend to do.
By the way, you have cat piss on your hand now, so I'd recommend you washing it up.
I laugh when I hear him say that. Like, wow, ever a dick, even when you get healed.
He takes off the glove he was wearing and hands it to you. Puts a spare on.
Thank you. Who walks around with spare gloves? That's pretty smart.
In case
Alright.
he gets cat piss on him.
We did it. We saved the town.
Remember,
We didn't
we're not-
even need
Did.
saving.
we're not that smart either. We're the ones who went off on our first adventure with no armor.
Yeah. Yep.
I wasn't gonna go
Don't
there.
we burned a pile
Making
of
a-
wolves.
Yeah, making fun of Fenris's Bane for being lame, and then we couldn't even bring belts back. Oh, that's good.
Ah,
And then when we fight a
That
big cat, you get finished off with a tooth landing in your
That was
leg.
the plan all along. The plan was the moment I heard he took 4 people down, I'm like, listen, one of us needs to get focused.
You're
So-
the bait.
So I would like to. You got a tooth, the cat's tooth from the event. It's now yours. The guy gave it to you as a memento. I think you should make that into a necklace so you can remember that you're not invincible.
Well, if the brothers are planning on keeping the head, I'm going to give the tooth to the town as evidence that the creature has been slain. And if they don't want it, then I'm going to give it to my lady friend handmaiden, who will probably be like, the fuck is this?
What about the paws? The paws are a nice trophy too.
Oh, shit, you're right.
alright. Well, let's call it there. Thank you all for being here. It has been a
It
blast.
was a blast.
Oh,
I
man.
love this.
Only in this
This
game.
one was great.
Only in this game. Thank you all for being here. Check out all these fine folks. Let me give all a shout out.
Oh, and Wicked, be sure to put water skin of cat's breast milk in your inventory. Because I already know you're going to forget about it in 4 sessions from now. You're going to be like, why do I have
4
cat's breast
sessions
milk?
from now, 1 session. What are you talking about? I don't even remember it now.
I can't wait for next session's like recap.
Oh, I would
"And
like-
for some reason."
I would like to take some of the bone. I like the idea of their recurve or their bows reinforced with bone. And I'm sure this one has, if it's the size of a horse, it's got some pretty hefty bones on it. So
And if
Come to
it's a
think of
cat,
it.
the bones are probably pretty flexible.
yeah, so I would like to grab some of the bones up, at least some of the leg bones.
Okay.
You can also get the guts too, because that's how bowstrings were made.
See, there you go. See, I knew
We'll-
cutting its belly open was something.
We can talk and sort that out next time. Thank you all for being here. Be sure to follow and turn on notifications so you know every time we're live and the crazy fun we have here. Until next time, and as always, enjoy the story. See you guys next time.
Bye bye.